Guided by the visionary leadership and national building philosophy of the Honorable Founder President, this celebration reflects the commitment of Amity's science technology missions toward advancing research, innovation, and technological excellence for nation development and global impact. The event embodies Amity's vision for creating a strong ecosystem where academia, industry, government, and young researchers collectively contribute towards India's technological self reliance and sustainable future. These, the event highlights five transformative frontiers of innovation. These thematic areas represents the pillars of technological empower India, driving innovation, sustainability, industrial growth, and societal advancement. Through this platform, we aim to strengthen academia industry partnership, which promote translational research and impact oriented research addressing emerging industrial and societal challenges, and above all, inspire young innovators and researchers to contribute meaningfully towards nation building through science and technology.
We are extremely delighted to have our young, bright students from Amity Schools present here, along with uh, guided by Dr. Lalit Mittal, who's the research head of the schools. These young minds are blessed to have been guided and taken care by our chairperson, Madam Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am. Please give a big round of applause for the students. As a cherished tradition at Amity University, we extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests by presenting them with Tulsi sapling. Tulsi symbolizes purity, sustainability, and holistic well being, reflecting our commitment to nurturing knowledge, values, and environmental responsibility. I request dignitaries on the dais to please step forward to welcome our distinguished guests. So, we welcome Major General Manjeet Singh Ji, decorated defense veteran and senior cybersecurity leader associated with Gramax Cybertech GMR Group. We are privileged to welcome Shri Sunil Kumar, Director General, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Energy Center, with a Tulsi sapling. A big round of applause, please. May I request Professor Dr. Silvamurthy sir to kindly address the gathering.
Very good morning to every one of you. Happy National Technology Day. My dear students, particularly from schools, universities, and also my own faculties, very distinguished guests on the dais, off the dais. This is a great day. Why do we celebrate National Technology Day? This is to commemorate one of the major milestones in the history of Indian technology achievements, which is the Pokhran nuclear test, which we carried out very successfully, Pokhran 2. Pokhran 1 was in 1974, when we demonstrated our capability to be a nuclear power. Then we validated this on a larger scale on Pokhran 2, which is in 1998. So these are two important milestones which transformed India into a nuclear power. So this technology achievement, so we took that opportunity to propagate the importance of technology. Because it said, technology drives the doctrines of a nation, both in war as well as peace. So that is why this Technology Day is being celebrated. Welcome, welcome, Dr. Tendon. Let's give a big clap to Dr. Chandradeep Tendon, the Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University. So this Pokhran 2 is a major milestone and which transformed India as the sixth nuclear power. Then from there on, a number of technology missions were launched because technology drives the doctrines of a nation, both in war and peace. So there are so many military people here, they will understand the doctrine of a war or a military doctrine will be decided by what technologies you possess, what strategies you can make out of it to operation in the operational requirements. So that is why doctrines are very important and technology drives the doctrine. In peace, if you say, why do we say US is technologically superior country or a very strong, powerful global power? Now China is emerging as a global power because of technology, Japan, South Korea, and all these nations have focused on technologies. So technology drives the doctrines of a nation, both in war and peace. So to give that focus, importance on technology development, this National Technology Day is being celebrated, not only to commemorate the success of the Pokhran nuclear explosion, but we also signed a self-moratorium of no first use. So that is another important responsible nuclear power and responsive nuclear power. So we signed self-moratorium of no first use. We will not use nuclear weapon on another country. But we need to have the second strike capability and deterrence. So that is why the Defense Research and Development Organization, where I served for 40 years, developed technologies for second strike capability from land, air, water, underwater. So this is today we have, let's clap for the DRDO, which has given such a wonderful strategic technologies. Recently, we demonstrated Agni 5 variant, which has a MIRV capability. That is multiple independently targeted re-entry vehicle, which can attack different targets and deliver the nuclear or conventional warheads. So these are technologies which are necessary for comprehensive national security. Similarly, for our development, agriculture, food, health, everywhere we need technology, self-reliance. Our Honorable Prime Minister has given the mandate of self-reliance, Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is a part of the Viksit Bharat. By 2047, when we celebrate 100 years of independence, India should have become a self-reliant, powerful, economically, militarily, knowledge-wise, powerful nation. And that is why the Viksit Bharat, the target mission goal, vision has been given by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. So in which the Atmanirbharta depends on the technology development. So we want to give a focus. Amity University has done extremely well in terms of research and innovation. Our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, who himself is a great innovator, leader in education, and who has created the whole Amity Universe today with 12 universities in India, 18 campuses abroad, 28 schools, 250,000 students, 10,000 faculties, 5,000 PhD scholars. So the whole Amity Universe has been created by Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, the founder president. I hope, because he was to come in person to meet all of you, but last night he had sent a message to me and then saying that he is so occupied with a very important critical mission, critical engagement, which he couldn't reschedule it, so he is unable to come. But he has conveyed his blessings to you. So he has created this whole Amity Universe. We have schools, we have pre-nursery to postdoc. The whole value chain of education is here. But these educations are research and innovation driven university. We have done more than 500 research projects from government, international agencies, and then we have published 50,000 research papers. We are just only 21 years young as a university. So today we are able to also publish 50,000. Our H index, which indicate the impact, 208 is the H index. We have filed 2,865 patents and we have transferred 35 technologies. So I will mention more about it. But now what we want to give, why this technology day we are celebrating, We want to bring a refocus on technology development. We want to have focus on translational research. We want to connect with industries. So industry, in the first session, all the three people are from industry because we want to bring industry into academia. Then only that product engineering will happen, commercialization will happen. That is the mandate. That is why Amity is celebrating the Technology Day. Our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, who has actually spearheaded and made the architecture of this whole program. And he is also just spoke to me a few minutes ago. He will join us at the inaugural. And so welcome, Chancellor, sir. So I welcome Honorable Founder President, Chancellor, and on behalf of them and on my own behalf, all of you here, particularly our brilliant students from Amity International School. So let's give a big clap once again to our international school students and university scholars. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. May I now request Professor Dr. Chandradeep Tandon, Additional Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean, Faculty of Biosciences and Biotechnology, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, to deliver his address.
Thank you so much. On the behalf of most revered Founder President Dr. Ashok Chauhan ji, Honorable Chancellor Dr. Atul Chauhan ji, respected Vice Chancellor Dr. Balwinder Shukla, respected Dr. Sulla ji, on my own behalf, on behalf of everyone, all HOIs, deans, and esteemed faculty members, I would once again very warmly welcome Major General Manjeet Singh ji, SM, VSM associated with Gramax, Cybertech, and GMR Group, who brings vast experience in strategic technologies, defense systems, cybersecurity, and national infrastructure development. I also very warmly welcome Shri Sunil Kumar ji, Director General of ONGC Energy Center, a visionary leader contributing significantly towards India's energy security, sustainability, and clean energy transition initiatives. We also delighted to welcome Mr. Anil Parashar, Distinguished Engineer in Data Science at Thales. Today's gatherings, Dr. Sarla Murthy ji has made my task very easy. Today's gathering reflects our collective commitment towards technological innovation, scientific excellence, and nation building through research, innovation, and academia industry collaboration. I will just, in continuation with Dr. Sarla Murthy ji said, today we have filed patents more than 2,800. These days, owing to the rankings of universities, there are lots of in the newspaper that universities are just filing patents. But here is Amity University. We don't only believe in filing patents, we have 468 plus patents which are granted to all our esteemed faculty members. And National Technology Day is observed to commemorate India's remarkable technological achievements and to recognize the extraordinary contributions of our scientists, engineers, innovators, and strategic sectors towards strengthening the nation. Amity University has consistently worked towards creating a very strong ecosystem of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and also industry collaboration across critical domains, including AI, cybersecurity, clean energy, biotechnology, defense technology, space sciences, and sustainable development. In fact, yesterday itself, we have signed an MOA with a biotechnological industry company, wherein we are going for using enzymes for cosmeceuticals, even to prevent eczema. So we have got a funding of around to the tune of 2.54 crores from them. So idea of telling you this is, gone are the days when only the funding agencies used to be government funding agencies like DST, DBT, ICMR. Now we have to move ahead. Industry's needs are very, very important, and this bridge should definitely be, we need to bridge this gap between industry and academia. And we at Amity University, we don't only believe in saying, seeing is believing, we are doing it. Another part, before I hand it over to the next speaker, would be, usually the trend as of now is we do our research in the form of PhD or in form of the projects, but those researches are only going into PhD thesis and stay there buried forever, or only in the form of publications. Now the time has come when this research must reach to the masses. This research should be of societal benefits, and we need not go for very big rocket science. I would say small research which is of relevance, which is of importance to a common man, is very, very important. With this, I once again welcome all and thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Tendon. Just now, founder president spoke to me on phone, Dr. Ashok Chauhanji. He conveyed his blessings to all of you, and he wanted to come personally, but then he has got other engagement. But he has conveyed his best wishes for a fruitful deliberations and also the outcome, which could be also made as policies, recommendation to government, as well as to the other stakeholders. Thank you, Founder President. In spite of all your busy schedule, you were able to also join us at the, the first part of the program. I have conveyed your blessings and greetings. We look forward to your continued blessings whenever you can join us. Please join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Before we start with the pre-inaugural address, we would like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Anil Parashar, Distinguished Engineer, Data Science at Thales. I request Professor Dr. Selvamurthy sir and Professor Dr. Chandradeep Tandon to step forward and welcome Mr. Anil.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Tandon. You have set the tone for today's discussion. Thank you so much, sir. Now we move towards the pre-inaugural address. We are privileged to have Major General Manjeet Singh, retired, Seva Medal and Vishish Seva Medal, Gramex Cybertech GMR Group. Sir, we look forward for your kind address, please.
The video is running? Yeah. The video to just click the button.
Dr. Selvamurthy sir, Dr. Tandon, distinguished guests on the dais, distinguished guests ahead of me, the faculty members, the community from the MIT University, the student community, and nice to see the youngsters around. Good morning and Jai Hind. It's indeed a privilege and a singular honor for me to have been invited to speak to you on an important subject such as AI and cyber security. Before I proceed with that, I would like to compliment MIT University and the complete fraternity for organizing this National Technology Day celebrations for 2026. It's a great event. It's a very well curated event as I went through the program. Kudos to you all. And I'm really privileged to be part of today's deliberations. Regarding my talk, pitched it at slightly higher level, but as I see a large number of school students, I'll keep modifying in between so that we can exchange notes, as also I'll be available for taking on any questions later as well. So in our overall technological landscape, today the cyberspace has really assumed great importance. We need to all understand the cyberspace as a domain. When we talk of cyberspace or cybersecurity, it is all about interconnectedness. Earlier, it was communication between people to people. Later, it became people to things. And then there are things to things. Now everyone talks to everyone. Things are talking to things. The machine-to-machine communications are all happening. So whenever we talk about cyber security, it is all about interconnectedness, the dependence, the interdependence, and the security of all that. And today, getting into cyberspace is nothing. You just have to have a smartphone to get into this cyberspace. So we are all stakeholders in this cyberspace. And when we talk about the information security, the centrality there becomes of the information. The information is the central part when we talk of info security. So this was a basic definition. So today, the way the cyberspace has been pitched up or has come about globally, it's a global common. And whenever, it's a global common, it's a shared resource, there is always a contest. And in this contest, who are the contestants? Who are the actors? It is everyone. There are individuals, there are businesses, enterprises, hacktivists, terrorists, and state-backed activities all happening in this cyberspace. And when it becomes a state-backed activity in the cyberspace in a contested way, it becomes serious. And that's the reason the cyberspace has become a battlefield or a digital battlefield. And therefore, it has to be always looked at from the national security prism. You have to look at that manner, wherein everyone is a stakeholder, everyone is a contributor, everyone has an equal amount of stake in this cyberspace. So I wanted to take you to that journey first before I go on further. And now there are more technologies which are, entering into cyberspace. AI is another frontier technology which affects our cyberspace. While it facilitates a lot of cyber security, it also is being weaponized to cause that much, disruption into cyberspace. Also, in terms of the manifestation, if we look at the cyberspaces or the threat manifestations, there are three distinct, blocks in which it manifests. One is a network to network. So there is the networks fighting a network. And then there is a whole lot of cyber crime, which affects all of us as common citizens, as common users of this space. It is cyber crime. And that also happens through the medium of cyberspace. The medium is cyberspace through which we are attacked. We fall victim to that kind of cyber crime. So that cyber crime blob is another blob. And when it transgresses into an operational technology or the cyber physical system, that is where the greatest danger lies. Because these are the cyber physical systems such as dams, your grids, your aviation, the aircrafts flying, the ships are in the maritime domain, your railways, the railway tracks. So everything, when it goes on to the operational technology or when it moves to the cyber physical system where there can be a loss of life and property, that is where the true criticality lies in. And therefore, we must understand this very, very clearly, whether it is cybercrime or it is cyber security or it is operational technologies security. Each of this has to be seen in that light. So with that as a little introduction, I've prepared some slides, and this is a slide which has been created by the AI. And let me tell you, and a single breach, what it depicts is not too complicated, that a single breach anywhere, let's say, for example, in a supply chain, as you would recall that there was a supply chain attack such as SolarWinds, wherein, network management software updates were affected, and it affected the US government agencies, the vendors, the partners, all the major contractors, they all fell prey to that. And similar other incidents of supply chain have happened in the past. A single, a breach anywhere can have a cascading effect on your financial systems, on your transport systems, energy systems, market, or the financial systems, and even to the extent of, defense communication. And so overall, it can have such an impact, wherein and especially if it happens as a state-backed activity, it can really lead to an escalation, wherein if the thresholds are crossed, it can lead to, getting into a kinetic domain as well. So those are the red lines and the thresholds which are laid down by every country and need to be looked at. Okay. Okay. All right. Then there is, I just wanted to bring out another aspect, key aspect of, a whole lot of geopolitics in cyberspace. Since it has become contested space, there is always, competition in the enablers of the cyberspace, and that includes your AI compute race. We've seen sanctions being imposed. There is some walkie-talkie being walkie-talkie interfering. Then there is a semiconductors. There's whole lot of competition in the semiconductors, the critical minerals, the supply chains, the diversification of the supply chains, the technology cold wars which are happening between different geographies, especially with respect to the compute infrastructure, the semiconductors, the rare earth materials, all that. And what it calls for is having, getting to the stage of cyber sovereignty. Everyone is now looking towards digital sovereignty. Data sovereignty is also the cyber sovereignty. So what does it lead all of us into? As Dr. Selvamoorthy had brought out earlier, that we need to look at Atmanirbhar Bharat, the self-reliant Bharat, wherein we look at these technologies, we do a lot of research, we develop our technologies, we invest into this research and come out with own solutions. We make locally and sell globally. That is what we need to really graduate to. And if you look at the pillars of cybersecurity, technology, apart from people and processes, technology forms the third important pillar. And that is what was being highlighted in the morning itself by Dr. Selvamoorthy, that we need to really look at our technologies, move, keep pace with the technologies, and develop our in-house solutions in a manner that they are deployable, they are industry ready. So as far as the cyberspace or cybersecurity technology landscape is concerned, where things stand today and where we are heading, we have AI-powered security, the real-time anomaly detection. The AI enables you to find vulnerabilities before they are exploited, and so much of millions of events can be processed in seconds and give you alerts in time. While it is also plays in the other direction, which I'll come to it later, but it enables you as far as the detection is concerned. Then there are autonomous SOCs as compared to the traditional SOCs. You have the security operations which are autonomous, which are agentic. The AI enables that. However, you need to have the guardrails or the safeguards around it, because the complete autonomicity may be a question mark, and therefore those red lines have to be built into it. Then you have the zero trust architecture, the federated learning without the sharing of the data sets or the sensitive data, underlying sensitive data. You collaboratively come out and do threat hunting, you carry out threat intelligence. Then there are quantum resistance cryptography, which has come in, the post-quantum cryptography, because of the quantum computers coming in. Then you have to have the cyber digital twins. Rather than working on the production environments, you carry out your testing or stress testing onto the cyber digital twins and test your prototypes. Generative AI threats is something which needs particular attention. Today, you can create hyper-personalized phishing. You can have adaptive malware, very smart malware. The deep fakes, which can be used for narrative warfare. And the new cyber reality is that the AI is also being weaponized. It's also being used offensively. So those are some of the technologies which are working as of now. So some of the key challenges in the academia industry collaboration, that is something which we all need to pay attention to. There are difference in objectives. Academia basically looks at research and publications, whereas industry looks at scalability and market readiness. And as far as the deployment is concerned, prototype to deployment, there is a gap. The research models sometimes don't equate to deployable solutions, and also the deployment is to be done at scale and at speed, and that is what industry looks at. Then data access and intellectual property is another key challenge, wherein the data is required for the effective research, but the data is not available due to IP and other concerns on data sharing.
General Manjit, can
Yes.
you just sum it up in
Yes, sir,
another
yes.
2 minutes?
Yes, sir. Lack of continuity, mindset, and from research to cyber resilience, you have collaborative innovation ecosystem, joint R&D laboratories, cyber ranges and simulation labs, technology transfer frameworks, industry integrated research, national cybersecurity missions, policy and governance enablement is all required to, sort out this. And since I was asked to talk about what our company is, here is a quick glimpse at what the company is doing. The Gramex is basically into critical infrastructure, and it does everything if you with respect to the cybersecurity and AI. And I'll just show you a video, quick one, a minute's video. So this is basically a digital twin or a physical lab which depicts what is there in the real world. It depicts various critical sectors, right from aviation to smart city to car city, wherein you have the power system, the grids, the water sewage treatment plant, and things like that. All that is there on this model. Thank you. Thank you. And Jai Hind.
I visited this facility just 2 weeks ago with Dr. Gopal Bhushan and also Brigadier Tiwari. And they have, GMR has built a wonderful facility for cyber range. You need a range for testing, operation. So like a war room, they are operating to see 24 hours by 7. And in 4 shifts, people are sitting there looking at the screen, whether there is how many cyber threat, what should be escalated, and then how do you respond to that, and prioritizing those attacks. So it's a wonderful, please, for those who are interested, please do visit and see that. Very good. Thank you so much, General.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next, our next distinguished speaker is Shri Sunil Kumar, Director General, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Energy Center, a leading expert in clean energy technologies and sustainable energy innovation. May I request Shri Sunil Kumar ji to kindly address the gathering.
Thanks for the kind invitation. Good morning, all of you. It's indeed a great pleasure to be part of this celebration on the occasion of National Technology Day. Though it was on 11th, but we are celebrating just to commemorate the Atmanirbharta, what India has achieved during last 28 years. I am representing ONGC Energy Center, which is in the field of renewable energy. The idea which was conceived by ONGC management to not only confine to the activities limited to the exploration of oil and gas, but to the energy scenario, to meet the energy demands of the country, to make it really Viksit Bharat and Atmanirbhar. That is the aim, what we are focusing at. The journey of ONGC Energy Center started about 20 years back, and we are into various domains. The domains are totally new. Those areas where nobody has ventured in some of the areas. Now let me start the journey for one of the most adventurous area, that is the geothermal field, what we are actively doing, and taking up the operations in the very stringent terrain of Ladakh region at a height of 14,000 feet. Drilling there is not something very easy for a company like ONGC. What we have been doing for last so many decades, more than 7 decades we have been drilling. But the challenge is that geothermal drilling is totally different than the oil and gas drilling. We are drilling in onshore, offshore, deepest wells also we have drilled in the country. Now the challenge, what we are taking that to drill geothermal well and set up a plant so that renewable energy can be attained. We are quite hopeful that in the coming months we'll be coming out successfully, and the journey will further go ahead for the country in various areas. Not only that, that is one of the most challenging area, but in other areas also there is potential for taking out this geothermal. We discussed about bioenergy also. That is also one area where we have been focusing. Now, in my opinion, there is no waste, like people talk about plastics here and there, and so many things which we are talking, but I feel that there is no waste at all. We can utilize all of this. In the coming years, the technology which is being developed is going to utilize each and everything, whether it is for solid waste management, for various other things. So the day is not far away when we are going to utilize each and everything and making the environment really good enough. One of the project what we are having in CBM, that is cold bed methane in Bokaro, where the CO2 content in the gas is much more than the acceptance limit. So what we are doing, that we are going to reduce it. Not only we are going to reduce to enhance the production, but at the same time, we are capturing it when we are going to process it. So technology development is not only for the gain, but for sustaining the environment also. That is the need. We have to maintain, like we are in Delhi NCR. We talk about what is the condition of the air. One of the most populated cities. So some technology is required for the improvement for the next generations. What I see that the future which is sitting here. So various works are required to address these type of things in the coming decades. We can say Viksit Bharat by 2047 only when we address all the challenges, not only the economic, but health, safety, cyber security, what Manjeet Singh ji just conveyed about it, everything is to be addressed. So two of the areas what I discussed about the geothermal, bioenergy, coming to the hydrogen, that is talk of the town. Everybody is producing hydrogen. There is a national mission, there is international mission, what I was discussing with Dr. Silva Murthy also. So we are also having some projects in the field of hydrogen. Indigenously, we are going to develop hydrogen plants in such a way that we are not going to depend on some external factors. Indigenously, we are able to produce the hydrogen in a much sustainable manner. The cost is one of the concern, what we are producing and what it should be viable. So the journey has been long, but we are going to make it in the final legs when we can say that we have developed enough, and the day is not far away when hydrogen production through our indigenous means. Various institutes are involved in this, like IITs are there, then Institute of Chemical Technology Mumbai, that is also one of the partner for us, and various other IP Dehradun and Vizag and so many other institutes which are with us. So we are taking collaborative projects with all these institutes to address what is the requirement, how this hydrogen can be produced in a very sustainable manner, at a cost-effective manner, and with indigenous sources. So that is one way of clean energy. Because every day we talk about clean and sustainable and renewable energies. So that is all one of the area. Then recent past, what we have seen in the Middle East, the threats which have really taken the shape of the economy to that stage where I think we have to rethink what should be the domestic uses of the various means, how we can make it self-reliant about the crude, about the other uh, LNG use and other things. So there is always a continuous effort to make it in such a way, whatever external dependence is reduced, that should be the focus. So some activities in the field like helium is one of the factor which is being imported. We are not having our domestic production in helium. That is one area we have done the work for last 1 decade. Now we are going to set up a plant also, so that if we can make a domestic production of helium, because we are spending more than 60,000 crores for import of this helium. So one plant is being set up, and after the success of this, some exploration is also being taking place in areas where we are getting good source of helium within the country. Some rare earth minerals also we are focusing at. Recently came across about the green hydrogen. Green hydrogen is also one of the area which may be the concern for all of us, because it's a clean form of energy. Some drilling in the deepest wells in Andaman also is being taken up, so that domestic crude requirement can be met. So in addition to this, some institutes of ONGC which are working in various fields are also helping in taking the shape for renewables. So what I can say that we always welcome one recent project with Amity University we have taken up, and that is for biofuels. And after going to the presentation, I found that the project is really very useful. So we are going ahead with this, and it's progressing well. So what I'm trying to say that each and everything is important at this stage to make it 2047 a very successful Viksit Bharat stage, and we all are working for that. So if any ideas are there, I invite the young minds to come forward, just ignite those ideas. Ignite those ideas so that it can take the final shape. Final shape in that sense. Any question is there? You are trying to ask something? Yes, please. Yes, yes, yes.
Just introduce yourself, the name and the school, which standard grade.
Yes, sir. Hello. Hello.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, it's the initial stage when we are going to explore the energy, set up the plants, and make it viable. The more and more activities are taken up, we'll be in a better position. So initially, the investment is very high. Even for drilling a well, it's more than 100 crores what we have already spent. So it's a huge investment. So we have to think at what stage, how much investment can be made. But I'm quite hopeful that after this, we'll be getting the success and we'll take it further. Hmm.
What other ways can be used to what other ways can be used to mitigate our fuel and use it efficiently? Matlab, so the other conventional sources, what can we use?
See, the address which PM Modi ji has already given, that we have to use less vehicles. In that way, if it can be work from home, it can be through our VC mode, or maybe pulling the vehicles, or maybe visiting when it is compulsory. Means we have to minimize our needs so that the limitation which is existing can be addressed.
Thank you, sir.
Until or unless we become self-reliant.
Mm.
About 37 years back, our domestic production was close to 85% of our requirements. What has happened with time? Since it's not something which is readily available within the country, we are exploring day and night. 24/7 surveys are going on in land, in ocean, everywhere. So we are taking all these steps to explore. But if there is limited resource, we cannot take out more than that. So our demand is increasing with every year, about 4 to 5% increase is there. So during last 37 years, our demand has really gone up, but the limitation of the resource is there.
So may I ask a follow-up?
No, I think we will discuss it because due to paucity of time, I know that many students, our students are bubbling with the energy, and also they have a lot of inquisitiveness. So I appreciate. Let's give a big clap to our student from Amity International School, Noida.
But alternates we have to explore, like what we have done. In addition to this oil and gas sector, there are other areas also which can be explored, and we can use it.
Thank you.
So I think there is paucity of time, and understand that you have to stick to the timeline. Anyway, thanks for the kind invitation again, and pleasure to be part of this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. We are doing a project. Amity is doing a project with ONGC and Dr. Chitralekha from Amity University, Lucknow. And this project is on biofuel. How from biomass you can convert, whether it's a kitchen waste or it's a biomass coming from agriculture waste. How do you convert them into a fuel? And it's a very successful project which we are doing. They are scaling up. And so like this, we want to do many more projects with you. And this is only a beginning. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful address on India's evolving clean energy landscape. Moving ahead, we now invite Mr. Anil Parashar, Distinguished Engineer, Data Science, Sales. He is an eminent technology expert working at the intersection of data science, AI, and advanced digital system. So over to you for your keynote address.
Thank you so much for the invite. Amity now for me feels like home. It's real honor to be here. I would like to discuss only two topics here. I would like to first talk about Thales, about this company, and I then also want to talk about why academic and industry relationship is very important for us, and not just for us, but for any company. So Thales is a French multinational company. We have presence in more than 65 countries. In India, Thales is 5 years younger than the independent India. So we are present in India since 1953. In terms of business domain in which Thales is operating, we have three business segments. First being defense, which is covering about half of the company's revenue. The total revenue of the company is more than 22 billion euros. So defense is the primary segment where we are working with Indian Army, Indian Navy, and Air Force. We are a proud member of Rafale Association. Okay. The second business unit for Thales is space and aerospace. In space, we are closely working with the leading air traffic companies. If you are sitting in an aeroplane and if you are enjoying the in-flight entertainment screen, there is a great chance that this in-flight entertainment is coming from Thales system. Even the cockpit, ATCs, several systems in the space and aerospace is coming from Thales. And the third segment, which is a very important segment for Thales, is cybersecurity and digital identity. We call it cyber and digital. This is the business which we are focusing from Noida. So in Thales, we have two engineering competency center in India, one being in Noida and second is in Bengaluru. Bengaluru ECC, Bengaluru Engineering Competency Center, is primarily focusing on space and aerospace and defense activity. and little less on cyber and digital, whereas Noida is largely focusing on cyber and digital activities. Thales is having a very strong focus on innovation. And I want to give you a number that can relate to this, right? Thales today is sitting on more than 22,000 patents. Okay. And we are not stopping here. Okay. The key focus for our employees is to be innovative, and innovation, it doesn't come with the work that you are doing, right? Innovation requires a lot of collaboration, and this kind of collaboration we are looking with academic institutions like Amity University. We also have MRO center in Gurugram that is for maintenance, repair, and overhauling of aircraft. We recently opened that. Now I want to talk about why and how are we strengthening our relationship with academic institutions like Amity. So we have a dedicated team in Thales. We call it as a university relations team. This university relations team, it is focusing on innovative ways to engage with the university. One of the things that we want to do, in fact, we have done it in the past with Amity University already. We want to execute some of our project with universities. Okay, for example, let's say if we find out that there is a project in the space of cybersecurity and we feel that the university can independently work on it, we would like to create a short worklet or a work package of this, and we want to dispatch it to university. Right, we would have few mentors from Thales side, and definitely we expect some of the professor forming a team of the student and working on it. And we want to run several such projects in the future. This is something which is in progress and we will soon shape on from Thales side. Second activity that we want to do with the university is to organize a regular knowledge exchange program. Why it is important? Because like many of the distinguished speaker already said, that there is a big gap between what academics are doing and what we're expecting in industry. And we really want to bridge this gap by sharing the knowledge on the key topics, on the key projects that we are doing in the company. Okay. Apart from this, we have focus area on running some research project also with the academic institutions, and the detail of this will be soon unfolded with the Amity University. With this, I want to stop here and thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Anil Parashar. We will now expand our collaboration between Thales and the Amity Education Group. We will do many projects with students and also our faculties, PhD scholars. And that's why we have brought 3 industry people. That itself indicates that we want to give a focus on industry academia interface, because universities should become cradle of innovation, because they are the young minds which is creative, innovative, and also they think lateral, disruptive. So that is why this seeding of future technologies should actually happen in universities. So this interface, we wanted to give a focus. That is why the pre-inaugural session is focused totally on this aspect. Similarly, panel discussion, we are going to discuss the ways in which in our Indian ecosystem, how do we connect industry with academia? So that is the focus. Let's welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Balvinder Shukla. Madam, please come. Let's give a big clap to Dr. Balvinder Shukla. She is looking after 45,000 students, and she herself is an entrepreneur. Welcome, madam. Yeah, up here. How are you, ma'am? Sit here. So she has been with the Amity system for more than 28 years now, and she is building whatever ranking, accreditation, and also entrepreneurship development. She is giving a big focus on entrepreneurship and also startup. So we are so happy, and she was also involved in planning this and organizing this event. Thank you so much, Dr. Balvinder Shuklaji. May we
are
have
all-
a few words from you so that we will close this pre-inaugural and then we can start with Ina. Or she will talk later. Huh? Okay.
Very good morning,
So we continue.
very esteemed guests for the day. It is
That we will
a wonderful day that we are celebrating the National Technology Day 2026. Our Honorable Founder President has always emphasized that while we are imparting the quality education, focusing on the nation building through research innovation. And today's celebration is not only that what is happening the world over, but it's important how Amity University is contributing to the nation building through research innovation. And we have the faculty who are developing the new technologies aligned with the national priorities and also ensuring those technologies reach to the industry and for the benefit of the society for the economic development. And I'm sure that pre-inaugural keynote addresses which were there must have brought what are the latest development, whether it is the for the cyber technologies from the GMR group, Major General Manjeet Singh ji have addressed, or whether it is about the energy resources, though we know that at the moment what the global crises are there and in the area of energy resources. And our Honorable Prime Minister has been appealing that how we can save the oil and how we can consume less so that whatever the global crises are which will have the impact on India also. And so therefore also the latest technologies which are being coming, whether it is the artificial intelligence or data sciences, and where the MIT faculty are also focusing, and with the vision of Honorable Founder President and with the guidance of Honorable Chancellor, we have established the state of the art AI center, and AI is the one discipline which is cut across all the disciplines and is mandatory for every single student to study at least one course of AI during their program, whether it's the first year or whether it's the final year. So I'm sure that the pre-inaugural session went on very well, and the remaining sessions, and we are thankful to the esteemed guests who have come for the pre-inaugural session, Major Manjeet Singh ji. Thank you so very much. And also, we will be having the Anil Parashar. Thank you so very much for your presence, and also the Sri. Thank you so very much for your presence. We are indeed thankful to you sparing the time, the right in the morning. Thank you so very much. And Murthy, for you for moderating and conceiving this idea, and the whole team of the first year, Shafali, and everybody who have worked very hard, and all my students from the schools. And it's always the vision of our chairperson, madam, that how to give the knowledge to the student, what is happening in the technology space, in the science space, the students can contribute. And I know that the school children are winning the global competitions, whether it's from the NASA or other places. And so many congratulations to the students for winning at this technology day celebration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your wise words. May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam and Dr. Silvamurthy sir to please step forward to felicitate our distinguished guests. We are extremely delighted to have Major General Manjeet Singh ji for his invaluable presence. A big round of applause, please. Next, I call upon Shri Sunil Kumarji. A big round of applause, please. Next, I would like to call upon Mr. Anil Parasharji. May I now request all dignitaries to step forward for a group photograph. We now begin with the inaugural session of the celebration of National Technology Day 2026, 5 Frontiers, 1 Mission, Technology for India. We welcome all our esteemed dignitaries and guests on the dais and off the dais. We are joined by Honorable Chancellor Dr. Atul K. Chauhan, sir, online. We're extremely delighted to have you here, sir. I also request Dr. Ranjit Krishnan Pai-ji, Scientist F and Senior Director, Climate, Energy and Sustainable Technology, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, to take his place on the dais.
There is a message from Founder President. I have pleasure in reading out from Dr. Ashok Chauhanji. The ongoing deliberations are very important and valuable. Now we will follow with the students, PhD scholars, researchers, and with all those who are present in the hall further on the spoken areas. You can announce, Founder President has messaged me to announce to all those who are attending, may please send their name, short further details. As Founder President sir has said that everybody will get a certificate who are attending this program, appreciating their innovative inquisitiveness, which will help them in their career progression. Their name can be sent to Dr. Chandradeep Tendon. Thank you, Founder President, for finding time to attend this inaugural session. And we would request you to continue to be there for the inaugural as well. Thank you so much. Let's give a big clap to Founder President.
Thank you, sir. May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am and Dr. W. Silvamurthy, sir, to welcome our guest, Dr. Ranjit Krishnan Pai-ji, with a Tulsi sapling. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. We will begin the session with a ceremonial lamp lighting and Saraswati Vandana, invoking wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment. May I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for the Saraswati Vandana and lamp lighting ceremony.
हे शारदे मां, हे शारदे मां, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे मां। हे शारदे मां, हे शारदे मां, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे मां। तुझसे, तू स्वर की देवी है संगीत तुझसे, हर शब्द तेरा है हर गीत तुझसे, हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे, तेरी शरण में हमें प्यार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। मुनियों ने समझी है गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी, मुनियों ने समझी है गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी, हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, विद्या का हमको अधिकार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार।
Thank you so much, everyone. To formally commence the deliberation of the inaugural session of National Technology Day 2026, may I now invite respected Balwinder Shukla ma'am, respected Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am always believed that execution and implementation is important as planning and designing. This is the mantra for the exceptional growth and success of Amity University. Ma'am, over to you for welcome address.
Thank you, Isha. Our most respected Honorable Founder President, sir. Most respected Honorable Chancellor, sir. A very esteemed guest, Dr. Ranjit Krishnan Pai, Scientist F and Senior Director Climate, Energy and Sustainable Technology. Sri Shiv Kumar ji, the Chief Executive Officer, Anusandhan National Research Foundation, all the esteemed guests, and my colleague Dr. Silvamurthy ji, and all the colleagues in the audience, students, scholars, faculty colleagues. First of all, I, on behalf of Honorable Founder President, Honorable Chancellor, and additional Pro-Vice Chancellor, my personal behalf, and on behalf of all faculty and students, I extend very warm welcome to our esteemed guests today for the National Technology Day celebration here at Amity University. As we know, the pre-inaugural session was very successful, and the sessions which are planned for the rest of the days are very thoughtfully planned, where we have the one side the industry expert coming, and also the subject expert from the within the university is also, so they're having the perspective from the academic institution as well as from the industry. What are the technological trends are happening in that specific field, and what kind of research and development Amity University has been doing, because it's very important. Because right from the beginning in 1995, when the Amity first Amity Higher Education Institution, Amity Business School was established, our Honorable Founder President had a very clear vision that what he would like to do and what he would like to contribute to the nation. And at that time, he dreamt and boldly announced that India will be the superpower by 2030. And from the very first day, he relentlessly worked with his team to contribute to the nation building. And with this Viksit Bharat 2047 vision, he aligned all his resources and energies that how Amity Education Group can contribute to the Viksit Bharat and especially through research innovation and how we can transfer the technologies, we develop the technologies which are national priorities and accordingly the various centers of excellence have been established in the university, whether it's the green energy, whether it's the artificial intelligence, whether it's the healthcare and other areas, so that the researchers and scientists in various clusters we focus on. And our Dr. Silva Murthy, who is the president of STIF and who guides the supports of all the Amity education groups, universities globally, has been working very hard under the guidance and leadership of our Honorable Chancellor. The last year, when under the vision of Honorable Chancellor, the Quantum Technologies Center of Excellence was established, and the Amity has started the master's program in quantum technologies as well as the specialization in the undergraduate program. And this year, even the Amity Research Fellowships for the doctoral program are also have been announced, so that we remain in the cutting edge of research and continue to contribute to the which are the priorities areas of the nation. So today's Technology Day celebration is important that how we can further force the relationship with the industry and work in those emerging areas. And Dr. Murthy, when he will be addressing, he will be talking about how the number of technologies we have transferred to the industry. Dr. Minakshi is sitting here, who has been working very hard, talking to the researchers, scientists in the university and exploring with the industry where those technology will be suited. So Amity had right from the beginning the innovation incubator, and recently the BIREC has also approved the BINEST approval at the Amity University, where we'll be focusing on the entrepreneurship development in the one side in the biotechnology area, second environment and climate change, third is the bioinformatics and artificial intelligence, and fourth the agriculture. So all the time we have the green energy cluster, the center of excellence with the partnership with the not only with the academic institution, but also with the industries, the working on the hydrogen and the green energy and the renewable energy. Our Dr. V.K. Jain ji is sitting here and who has been doing a lot of work in this area, and our Dr. Sunita Ratan, Dean of Science and Technology, has been with her researchers working. So Dr. Silva Murthy is going to focus on those areas, what all we are doing. But I'm so happy and delighted that we are celebrating the Technology Day celebration at the same time. Our researchers and the scientists and the school students are sitting here, and I'm sure at the end of the this Technology Day celebration, everybody will be not only benefited from the deliberations, but will also force the relationship with the speakers that what we can work, how we can work together. So once again, very warm welcome and wish a grand success to the Technology Day celebration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring welcome address and for articulating the vision of technology driven national development with such clarity and purpose. We are now privileged to have with us Dr. Ranjit Krishnan Pai. He is the scientist staff and senior director, Climate, Energy and Sustainable Technology Division, Department. He's the scientist staff and senior director, Climate, Energy and Sustainable Technology Division, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. May I request, sir, for his address to the gathering.
Honorable Chancellor Dr. Adil Chauhan, respected Dr. Selvamurthy, President, MIT Science, Technology and Innovation Foundation, distinct dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, industry leaders, researchers, and dear students. Good morning to all of you. It is both a privilege and pleasure to join you as a representative of DST today on the occasion of National Technology Day, a day that reminds us not only of India's scientific achievement, but also our collective responsibility to shape the technology that will define our future. I sincerely thank MIT University for inviting me to share a few thoughts during this important gathering organized under this inspiring theme, 5 Frontier, 1 Mission Technology for India. And this theme beautifully captures India's present moment, where innovation is no longer confined to laboratories, but is actively shaping national development, global partnership, and societal transformation. Today, India stands at a remarkable inflection point. Under the visionary leadership of our government, science and technology have become a central pillar of our journey toward Vikasit Bharat 2047, a developed, self-reliant, and sustainable India. Whether in space science, artificial intelligence, quantum technologies, health biotechnology, or clean energy, India is moving from being a technology adopter to becoming a technologies creator and a global leader. Institutions like or funding agencies like Department of Science and Technology, MNRE are working together to ensure that this transformation is not only rapid, but also inclusive and sustainable. So at the Department of Science and Technology, our mission is to strengthen the nation's scientific ecosystem by supporting frontier research, translational innovation, and strategic technology development. Today, DST is actively investing in advanced materials and next generation energy system, artificial intelligence and digital twin for industrial transformation, climate resilient technologies, quantum communication and computing, startup driven deep tech innovation. But importantly, our focus is shifting from technology development alone to technology deployment and societal impact. Science must move from lab to land. Innovation must move from prototype to public value. And universities must evolve in innovation ecosystem where research, entrepreneurship, and industry collaboration coexist. Among all emerging sectors, clean and renewable energy perhaps represent the greatest technological and economic opportunity for India. Our nation has already demonstrated global leadership through ambitious solar and renewable deployment. Now we are preparing the next transformative leap called green hydrogen. You have heard about that. MNRE has recently launched the National Green Hydrogen Mission. India is building a complete ecosystem of hydrogen starting from production, storage, transportation, and utilization. And this is not merely an energy program, it is an industrial transformation program. It is also a climate action program, and it is an innovative program. So DST is closely synergy with MNRE, is supporting research and innovation across advanced electrolyzer technologies, hydrogen storage material, fuel cell, safety and standards, and pilot scale demonstration. I hope you have heard about Hydrogen Valley, one exciting initiative conceptualized by Department of Science and Technology, funded through MNRE, India's first Hydrogen Valley Innovation Cluster. So these will be among the first integrated hydrogen ecosystem in the country, bring together universities, national laboratories, startup, industry partners, and state government to create a localized hubs where green hydrogen technology can be tested, demonstrated, and scaled. So these Hydrogen Valley will serve as a living laboratories where innovation meet deployment. They will create technology readiness, de-risk commercialization, and create skilled human capital of India's hydrogen economy. Technology mission cannot succeed without a trained people. That is why another important development is the launch of specialized academic programs such as MSc in Green Hydrogen Energy. I also recommend Amity University to start MSc in Green Hydrogen Energy program, which I was also involved in conceptualizing the syllabus for this particular program. And there are several colleges in India it's already started these courses. And this is forward-looking initiative. And it recognizes that tomorrow's energy leaders must be multidisciplinarily combining chemistry, engineering, policy, economic, and digital intelligence. So university like MIT can play a major role here by nurturing students who are not merely job seekers, but future innovators and technology leaders. You know that innovation today is global, and India's technology rise is increasingly strengthened through international partnership. And one such program DST have initiated is the Indo-Dutch Green Hydrogen Fellowship Program, which aim to build collaboration between India and Netherlands in hydrogen technologies, port-based hydrogen ecosystem, industrial decarbonization, and knowledge exchange and capacity building. We have received almost 300 applications under this Indo-Dutch Fellowship Program. And these partnerships allow us to combine India's scale and ambitions with global expertise and shared learning. This is how we accelerate progress. And to the young researchers and students present here, India need your curiosity. India need your courage to innovate, and India need your willingness to solve real world problems. The future will belong not those who simply study technology, but to those who create meaningful technology. So university must become cradle of innovation, industry must become partner in discovery, and government must continue to act as an enabler and catalyst. So together, this triple partnership can shape India's technology destiny. So as we celebrate National Technology Day, and Jai Hind.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Namaskar. Am I audible? Okay.
So you're audible. A very warm welcome to Dr. Shiv Kumar Kalyana Raman. He's the CEO of Anusandhan National Research Foundation. We welcome you, sir.
Namaskar.
Before Sir starts his talk, I would like to introduce Sir and give details about his background. He assumed charge as CEO in March 2025 with ANRF mandated to seed, grow, and promote research and development across Indian universities, colleges, research institutions, and R&D laboratories. Before joining ANRF, he held senior technology leadership roles in industry, including CTO, Energy Industry Asia at Microsoft, Executive General Manager of Growth Offerings at GE Power Conversion, and senior research leadership positions at IBM Research India and IBM Research Australia. His work spans technology strategy, energy transition, digital innovation, AI, research translation, and industry academia collaboration. At ANRF, Dr. Kalyana Raman is associated with strengthening India's research and innovation ecosystem by promoting high impact research, interdisciplinary collaboration, institutional capacity building, and stronger connections between academia, industry, government, and society. A distinguished leader driving India's national research and innovation ecosystem. May I now request Dr. Shiv Kumarji to kindly deliver the inaugural address.
Let us also welcome our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, who has just joined, and also President of our foundation, Ritan Balved Education Foundation. Thank you, Chancellor, sir, for joining. You are listening from the very beginning, and thank you so much for joining. And welcome, Dr. Kalyan Raman. And certainly, we are all eagerly looking forward to work with you and also to build a very strong partnership with the ANRF. Your presence enthuses everybody to hear in the hall as well as in our group. Welcome to CEO of ANRF.
Thank you, everyone. And Chauhanji, my warmest regards to all of you and to the MIT community, especially on Technology Day, which is marks a day where India clearly showed that we can, in our strategic sectors, be Atmanirbhar and so on in the changing landscape of where we are today. It's very important that research innovation become a bedrock of our society, and as ANRF, we intend to catalyze the rise of India as a research and innovation powerhouse. And as part of that, we look at it as a level playing field across all kinds of institutions, whether it's public or private. And in most of our programs, it is it's a level playing field for sort of entities, investigators from multiple institutions to apply. And we are also broadening and deepening the the way we do reviews, the committees, and things of that nature. So yeah, if we can just go over to the slides and maybe present, and somebody can help me flip through them, then we can go. If you can put it on full screen or like the mode, yeah, that'd be great. So, Anusandhan National Research Foundation, for folks who may be less familiar, is a statutory body of Government of India, which is chaired by the Honorable Prime Minister of India himself. As CEO, I hold a secretary rank in the Government of India. I report to a board that is presided by the Principal Scientific Advisor, that is the Executive Council, and then there is a governing board that is presided by the Honorable Prime Minister of India himself. So the vision of ANRF is to catalyze India's rise as a research and innovation powerhouse. And as one would expect, any good catalyst should drive a multiplier effect in these chain reactions. And ANRF, as the slide shows, comes from the National Education Policy, where which envisioned comprehensive transformation of education overall. And Chapter 17 focuses on the idea of a National Research Foundation that was mooted to help drive interdisciplinary research, especially around academia and so on. But by the time the Act was notified in February 2024, and the Act happened in 2023, the Cabinet and the broader ecosystem felt that ANRF should be an apex organization cutting across all stakeholders, not just academia. So we currently serve across all stakeholders in academia and beyond, including industry, diaspora, sources of funding like foundations, and other entities across the research and innovation spectrum. So the next slide, please. So this is what I mentioned earlier. We have a governance structure where we are a statutory body, which means that we are not part of any single ministry. We report to the Honorable Prime Minister as part of the governing board, and then the Executive Council is chaired by principal scientific advisor and populated with the scientific secretaries across the Executive Council. So we are a very agile organization. We get things done and we move fast. And also as a statutory body, we have degrees of freedom that are not exactly the same as what a department would have, and that in practice means that we get decisions done much faster. We can also move out money faster and so on. So the first year, since I come from private sector, it's a little bit amusing because in private sector we spend a lot of time trying to get money in the door, whereas in government it seems that we spend a lot of money trying to get time getting money out of the door. So anyway, that is. But I'm glad to tell you that we have ironed out many of the issues and streamlined things, so that you will see a very different future than what was in the past. Okay, next slide, please. So in ANRF right now, as I mentioned earlier, ANRF is an institutional innovation of the Government of India. Just like when Nandan came to create Aadhaar, Aadhaar is a project, but under UIDAI, which is an institution. So similarly, ANRF is an institution, and within that we have various programs or funds, etc. So, so we have one fund and program only for the private sector called the RDI fund, which is a 1 lakh crore fund. And then the core set of ANRF activities is a targeted 50,000 crores over 5 years, out of which the government contribution is smaller, and I have to also raise capital from the non-governmental sector. The general thinking is that the grant and aid is more academic led, or academia broadly including research labs and Section 8 companies and the like. And that is the focus of research, and I mean at the earlier stages of TRLs or technology readiness levels, and then the mid and higher stages, and really the scale up translation and commercialization is more of a private sector thing. And so there it is the RDI fund, which is not a grant fund. It is a patient capital fund which invests in various forms of debt or equity or hybrid instruments that goes into the balance sheet of companies. So RDI fund, private sector led, ANRF core, academia led. Okay, so that's a simple idea. But but we expect private sector to collaborate with academia in RDI over time, because they need to have either intrinsic capabilities for research, or they need to have partnerships appropriate so that they can either transfer technologies or have ongoing research capability in partnership with academia or appropriate research entities. So academia has a great opportunity to enable and make research, private sector entities ready for RDI and be more competitive in RDI. So I think that's a open opportunity for academia. And since 1 lakh crore is a lot of money, and by the time it multiplies out into the economy, it becomes 4 lakh crores and so on. This is not a trivial amount of money that will drive a lot of incentive changes in the economy in the RDI side. Similarly, on the ANRF core, I'll describe more about what we're doing. Next slide, please. And these are, I keep saying the picture abhi baki hai. We have just whatever you've seen is just the trailer, okay, of what is coming. Okay, and so as an institutional innovation, we have the capability to do many more things of a similar kind. For example, this particular picture shows that RDI is a loan from the Government of India, which is housed in a special purpose fund of ANRF, happens to be called the RDI fund, and has a structure which involves a dedicated professional team, and the patient capital is allocated out through second level intermediaries, which then finally invest in real economy investees, which are private sector companies. So those can be deep tech startups that are spun out from universities like yours. It can be joint ventures between special purpose vehicles that academia could potentially be a partner with, etc., or even private companies. It can be big or small. Okay, so that's the basic idea. This is targeted at the private sector, but academia could be a partner behind the scenes. Similarly, the grant programs are targeted at the academic sector, but private sector can be behind the scenes, right? So that's the general thinking. Next slide, please. So, as part of the ANRF core, which is our grant programs, we have again two parts of it. One is what we call ANRF horizontal, which is broad-based programs where these are mostly smaller grants, fellowship programs, other things like that. And I know that MIT has a number of Ramanujan fellows and national postdoctoral fellows and PM early career research grantees and some ARG grant awardees and so on. So these are all examples of the programs available in our horizontal program. But there again, we are raising the bar by asking for more bolder proposals and more innovative proposals so that the taxpayer money is better spent, and we are willing to take more risks but for greater reward. So that's the general thought process there. And again, to drive small teams that do interdisciplinary collaboration and so on, we would like to see the culture change more from just doing purely individual centric research. While we support that in beginning of career, we would like to see more agile teams coming together to solve hard problems, more in a problem solving and impact oriented research. So if you leave this talk with one word, it is the word impact. So which is going to shape how everything that we do is going to be structured. So we support deep science, but in an impactful manner. Think if you want to do deep science, think like Einstein, think Nobel Prizes, think big things that you can do, or more innovative things you can do. Similarly, translation or early stages of applied or moving from science to technology, you can do that as well. And so we do support all kinds of proposals, and we are explicitly changing our review pattern so that we give the appropriate review focus for different types of proposals, right? So that's some of the changes happening on the back end. Similarly, on the vertical side, there are directed research programs of various kinds, mission mode programs, and other formats like challenges and so on, which we are exploring right now. But I'll cover some of that. But think of all of these as more accelerators from low TRLs to mid TRLs and above. So starting from say TRL2 to TRL6 or above, that's the general sweet spot of many of our mission mode programs. And there again, those mission mode programs are constructed only with impact in mind. So we don't want to, really support bureaucracies and things like that. I want to say, what is the impact that project can deliver and so on. So many of our programs are very carefully crafted to drive those sorts of things. So again, people are welcome to submit against those programs. Next slide, please. So if you put this together, the horizontal forms a base like a foundation, and the verticals are all accelerated programs, and and part of that is also including uplifting the science and technology research ecosystem in a focused way. That is especially we have a focus on state universities, and this may not be relevant to you, but that's part of the broader ecosystem. And then mission mode research and industry academic collaboration, all of these are open for both public and private institutions. And then there are a few other things that we do at the top. I'll describe that later. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so if you look at ANRF programs over the last year, we've been launching programs every month. And so if you take a vacation and come back, we would have launched another program. Okay, so, I would urge you to track what and all we are doing. For example, recently we've launched a Maha Drones program. There is a societal innovation program. These are all quite exciting programs. I'll talk about some of them later. These red colored programs are all more impact driven vertical programs. And again, we support larger budgets in them as well. But the expectation is that we will monitor them far more closely. And the successful ones are going to be ones that have appropriate teams to deliver impact and better linkages to industry, academic collaboration, all of that, right? So we are trying to drive, the behaviors of collaboration for impact through the general pattern of how we fund, right? So we are at a knee of a S curve. So as you can see, the curve is starting to look like an S. So we will see a lot more of the growth of the S coming up in the future. Next slide, please. So if you look at many of our programs, these are extremely competitive programs. There is no shortage of proposals that we get, but I think the key, I would say, is focus on quality. It is not about the number of proposals, and as administrators, my message to you would be help your people submit higher quality proposals, help them team better, because it is not just submitting is not going to get the proposal funded. Submitting is like a necessary but not sufficient condition. But going forward, the quality of submissions are going to determine thing. Like everything else, budgets are limited, and we would support a given set of proposals. But you can see the acceptance rates are roughly 10% or so, even as we expand our budget significantly. So, but therefore, it is not about the quantity, but more about the quality. Okay, quality, impact, outcomes. Those are the key takeaways from this. Okay, next slide. But the very fact that you have won things competitively shows a few things, that we do support both public and private universities, number one. Second is that you're winning things on quality and merit, which is good, or you're attracting people who have won some of these to your institution, which is good, but then build on that foundation to do bigger things, right? So that would be my message. Similarly, partnerships for accelerated innovation, we are trying to help upliftment of more of the state universities. This is a state university focused program, and where some of the top universities are there to help drive this. Next slide, please. Okay, and we complement it with a Prime Minister Professorship program. This slide is perhaps the most important slide here, which is that we, in our vertical track, we do many sector-oriented programs. Whether some of those sectors are mentioned here, where each one we have a program: electric mobility, medtech, 2D materials, AI for science and engineering, critical raw materials, drones. These are our current list of programs, and all of these have been launched over the last year. And there is also a program currently open. Currently, the drones program is open, as is the program on societal innovation that is there on the right side. And, the societal innovation program is a broad program. It supports multiple vertical areas. Some of them are done as open calls. Some of them are in a challenge mode. In a challenge mode, we have actually defined the problems in partnership with either a line ministry. For example, we have partnered with NDMA, the National Disaster Management Authority, and we have defined a landslide challenge or a cloudburst challenge and so on. So those are very specific challenges. Similarly, with Sports Ministry and Youth Affairs, we have defined challenges around that area. So over time, we may, as we launch it, we'll do this program perhaps a couple of times a year. We'll be adding more challenges with different line ministries. So we are looking at areas like economic inclusion. There is groundwater and various sorts of pollution. How to address this waste to wealth. Also reimagining various societal challenges like jobs, and in the area of AI, and the regional adaptation for climate risks, urban flooding, things of that nature, reimagining safety. All of these are societal problems, but the goal of this program is again impact oriented, right? So we are saying come up with solutions to problems, number one. Number two, demonstrate it at scale. Don't do things only at lab scale and so on. Show it in the field, show it at large scale. If you're willing to do that, we have big money for you, right? So that's the short message. So that's the nature where we would like to invest more, but where you can go after and translate these technologies towards impact, and then that leapfrog demonstrator will help iron out both the technology progression as well as reducing the risks of adoption, and getting all stakeholders to adopt and have be ready for scale up. Right. That's the nature of these programs. Many of these programs are also done with partnership with ministries. If you can go to the next slide. So we have done partnerships with MIT, which is the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in multiple areas around materials as well as AI for science and engineering. We have done partnerships with the ICMR and the Gates Foundation, both ministry as well as non-governmental partners, and we are expanding the set of non-governmental partners going forward. And then several of the ministries, including DRDO with Ministry of Earth Sciences, Ministry of Mines, and Ministry of Jal Shakti for water. So there are many programs. Different programs have different ministerial partners, and we'll be expanding these partnerships going forward. So that also shows how ANRF is not only asking for collaboration in the execution side. We ourselves are collaborating and aggregating this. This also expands the budget. So I'm leveraging my core budget and expanding the budget and making. So therefore, we are able to do more programs and larger size programs. And these programs are not static; they expand over time, depending upon where we have more uptake, right? And we'll be partnering more with sort of corporate social responsibility, CSR, philanthropy, global diaspora, things of that nature, right? We have different other formats. Next slide, please. So this is an example of one program where we have a program track under AI for science and engineering. This is again example of an interdisciplinary program: AI, coming together with science and engineering. As some of you know, the last year's Nobel Prizes was won by somebody from AI winning a chemistry Nobel Prize, right? This would have been unthinkable a few years back, but now that is possible now, because AI has helped solve protein folding problems. So we are supporting such programs to help our researchers get on with it, and maybe in the future this program would have supported somebody who will win a Nobel Prize, right? So so getting our people looking at applying AI for engineering, looking at hard problems in science, in other application areas like weather and climate forecasting, bio and life sciences, again in partnership with different line ministries, and we'll expand these programs over time. What's another interesting aspect is we are also doing contests and challenges and hackathons and other things also to have a broader engagement of the ecosystem with this. And we are also innovating in terms of the IP here, where we are making it a mandatory open license so that the artifacts that are coming out of this can be quickly translated by startups and so on. And this also encourages startups to come together and partner with academia here. Okay, so let's go to the next slide, please. We'll just go to the next slide. So let's skip this one. So another format we have is a translational research innovation program. This is a centers program again, but this is a center where we expect cost sharing to be shown, industry academic collaboration to be shown, and it has to be focused on specific sectors. And again, we fund up to 100 crores out of a 200 crore thing. So we are not shy of making big investments, and but it has to be significant impact, and where the impact articulation is much better, can be done. So again, all of these programs are open for both private universities as well as public institutions. So I would welcome you to either apply yourself or partner with other entities. So there'll be this we'll do annually 2-3 times at least. So the next cycle, current cycle is already closed, but we are in the process of evaluation. The next cycle will come around again. Okay, next slide. So broadly speaking, our partnerships work in the following way. We wouldn't partner directly with a university like yours, but you are an applicant to our grant programs. Then you are welcome to either bring your institutional resources as cost sharing, or you can align with other partners, industry partners, etc., and then make your proposal more competitive and submit it. Even for our base simple programs like ARG and so on, we welcome honorary investigators from industry or from international to participate as honorary investigators in our programs. So we are trying to make it easier for collaborators to participate and collaborations to happen, and partnerships to happen. So that's what is called bottom-up type of co-funding. Now, this can be at a small project, it can be at a large project level. And ARG, for example, we have optional cost sharing. We don't mandate cost sharing, but then cost sharing can be declared as part of the proposal write-up. For the larger programs, we may have mandatory cost sharing at different levels and so on. And then top-down partnership are what we do in terms of partnering with other parts of the government as well as non-governmental partners like the Gates Foundation or Google or others that we have set up partnerships. Then ANRF, all of our ANRF partnerships programs are going to be open for partnerships, which will allow us to expand our budgets and then expand the pool that we allocate. But most of our programs are national programs. They will be done at scale and so on and so forth. Institutions are welcome to top up. Say, for example, if you have given a Ramanujan Fellowship, you can top up that with other institutional resources, make it more attractive for to attract people to come there. If we have given a fellowship or a national postdoctoral fellowship, you can top that up, and you can do other things, especially around top up and other things, which can encourage more people to join your institution and make it more exciting and so on, right? So we'd like to see a lot more innovation there. This will also help attract more talent, especially the same, right? So the government obviously will have certain limitations on what we can do, but all these other possibilities are there from the point of view of an institution like yours. Okay, next slide, please. So again, these are part of the global funding fundraise, and we'll be doing a lot more of this going forward. So that's just my goal of what we do in terms of fundraising. Let's go to the next slide. So we are raising an innovation fund at ANRF, and that will be again used to fund startups and do other things that we're not doing today. We'll be doing a lot more interesting things in the future. So where we'll be directly raising funding from global CSR and other things. So we've started that campaign now. We'll be doing more in the future. Next slide, please. So all of these ultimately for our grantees mean that this will lead to an expanded set of programs and deepening of existing programs where we can fund more and so on, right? So our ANRF is not a zero sum game. We are trying to bring all stakeholders together and expand the pie for everyone. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So one example of a program that just closed recently is a catalytic partnership program where CSR and other public-private partnerships can set up in a university like yours, and then university can submit an institutional proposal to us. In fact, the deadline just closed 2 days back, but we will have another one in 6 months' time. ANRF does catalytic support for this. In other words, we fund 10 or 20% of that, depending upon the size of the program and how it is. But here the goal is to enable new kind of institutions to emerge, right? But these are research focused institutions to emerge. This is not meant to be a teaching institutions or a new school or something like that, but it is meant to be like a research institute of sorts. It has to behave very differently, and it has to have a new culture. It has to do things much more boldly, whether in fundamental research or translational research. We don't say what that is. But then our capital is used to then link that to tier 2, tier 3, an upliftment linkage that we do through visitorships and other things. Okay, so this is an example of a very interesting program where we allow more dynamism in this sector, but then we link it to our upliftment goals. Next slide, please. So ANRF is also very active on social media. We are helping not just our own social and putting our notice board and telling what programs we do, webinars and so on, but at the same time we are also featuring our researchers. And so we, in fact, just before this, I was in a meeting where we were having a meet and greet with the Ramanujan Fellows, and we have, a Prime Minister Early Career Research Grant, Lightning Talk series, and we are doing many other things. We have a webinar contest, for example. I would urge all the grantees, especially, or anybody, it doesn't have to be an ANRF awardee. You can do personal webinars of your research and make it available. You can participate. If you're a grant, you can certainly participate in that contest, but we'll open up this to the future. We also do hackathons and other things as well. Next slide. So this part of we do webinars for our major programs. For example, tomorrow I believe we have a webinar on our societal innovation program. Last week or 2 weeks back we had a webinar on our drones program. So if you missed our webinars, no problem. Just go to our YouTube page and subscribe to our social media. In case you're not subscribing to ANRF social media, I would urge you to subscribe. You will not be disappointed. It's not just a notice board where we put up stuff, but we are also actively, celebrating the research. I would urge institutions like yours to align some of your social media work with ours, so that you can syndicate some of your content if you have great content. That we can also feature as well as we can amplify, because our goal is to amplify great work that is done by our research community wherever they are, right? So let's go to the next slide, please. Next slide. Let's move on. So we also are doing lots of interesting things using AI for democratizing research. So if you have papers today, AI can convert that into posters, it can convert that into videos. Researchers are great at writing technical papers, but they're not particularly great at social media. So to bridge that, we have created Amazon, like, in Amazon you have the single click checkout, right? So similarly, you can press one button and you can convert your paper into YouTube. If you click another button, you can convert it into Instagram Reels. You can tell your mother and father, or your grandmother for that matter, what research you're doing. Similarly, you can click on the button, you can create, a poster. You can click on the button and actually create a podcast in Hindi. And we support 19 different languages to do this. And then, I get a lot of complaints. So, it's so hard to click buttons. So many buttons you've given us to click. So in fact, we are coming up with a single button, and you can click, you can get all of these together. Okay. So, we are making it easy, and, you're going to run out of excuses for not using these things. So AI is now allowing primary research content and secondary media creation much more easily. And these are getting also very good. So if you've not tried out Saral AI, you should try it out. It's an open source research project, and it is very easy to use. There are videos, how-to videos, and if you need some help, we can connect you with the person who runs that. to help get an enablement session done remotely, etc. So this will help your community. Individual researchers can do that, or institutionally you can take all your top papers, especially the ones that are highly cited and so on, and convert that into social media. You can have your own YouTube channel and drive a lot more this thing. So these are ways in which we are trying to get our institutions to become more social, our researchers to be more social, and as a nation we would like to drive a lot more diffusion of the technology, do better primary work, and then drive a lot more secondary diffusion of this technology. See, when I did my PhD and then got into the work, at that time the World Wide Web was a big thing, and we put up our papers and so on in World Wide Web. Now we have so many forms of social media, and also AI has made it much easier to democratize this. And we think of this very seriously as a fundamental way in which it can drive dissemination. So our goal is to make it easy for this thing, and anybody who's getting any grant from ANRF must use these things. Okay, we will drive use of these tools, especially with our grantees. But I would urge, these are all free, very easy to use. I mean, how much difficult can it be to press a button? Okay, so people will be running out of excuses to stop not using it. They can be also used for papers, patents, to drive technology transfer acceleration, and reimagining how many of these things can drive towards impact. Tomorrow somebody sitting in the US will be able to discover you much more easily, and then come and say fund your startup based on this. Okay, next slide please. So we can move on. Every month we keep doing releases of the Saral. We are moving as agile as a startup would do, and lots of adoption is also happening. And this is actually a dated slide. There's a lot more than doubled nowadays. Okay, let's go on. We can, so we have also done hackathons, which are research contests and so on. Again, I would encourage you, if you're not already participating. There is another new hackathon 2.0. We have signed up with IIT Madras and with the Galaxy, which recently put up a satellite into space, and Honorable Prime Minister tweeted about it. So we have partnered with them to do an interesting AI for science and engineering hackathon. So this is an example of a research hackathon. Research hackathon is you focus on a research problem, but in a hackathon mode, and try to go after solving it. And we are making it exciting with prizes and all those sorts of things. And last time we thought we'll get some 100 people participating, but we were overwhelmed to see 2,100 participants. So we hope to do even better this time. And for people who might be interested, the final finale this time is going to be in a more interesting place like Goa. Okay, so that's so we are trying to make it fun as well for more people to participate, and this helps more undergraduates, more broader people engage into R&D. Okay, next slide. Okay, all of this is part of a master platform where we would like to make research cool. We would like to make research more social. We'd like to highlight the work that is being done across our research institutions, all of you, and all of this will come together in a master platform over time, right? So that's something we're working on. Next slide. All right, with that, I want to thank you, and happy to take a few questions if there are any. But otherwise, wish you all the very best on Technology Day. Do great work. As I said, our goal is to have a more level playing field, and we need both public institutions and private institutions to do well. We need the Stanfords and MITs of India as well to emerge, as well as our public institutions, equivalent of UC Berkeley and others, right? So I think we do have a mismatch there, and I'm glad that institutions like MIT are investing in these areas, and I urge you to focus a lot more on quality, enabling your researchers to do more and collaborate, and also work together with other institutions to sort of seamlessly collaborate for impact. Keep with that. Thank you.
Dr. Kalyanaraman, I have to say this last half an hour has been so enjoyable for all of us. You have a great reputation for being such a great scientist, industry leader. And I think, why we have such a great belief that our country will become one of the greatest nations, because our leadership in the country is identifying amazing people like you. I think when we all heard that ANRF is getting you as the CEO, I think there were celebrations all around, because you are a visionary. And to all our young scientists who are online there, we have university students, PhD scholars, we even have school students. The speed what you have shown to us that in the last 1 year, what you have achieved is phenomenal. I think this speed, I don't think any organization in the world would have achieved, and that you are able to launch major initiatives at least one a month is absolutely unheard of. And we were, of course, everyone knows you are passionate about speed, about doing things in mission mode. And what's very famous about you is that you declared that ANRF should solve India's problems first. I think this is what our nation needs. And why at Amity we are so grateful to you for coming today is because this is the mission that we have as a foundation. When our founder, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, as a great multi-billion-dollar industrialist in Germany, he wanted to do something for our country. And Amity was his vision. And he said, let me see how I can come back to our country after having spent over 30, 40 years outside. And how can I invest my resources and my time to nurture brilliant young people and get together great scientists who will make a difference to our country. And impact is something in Dr. Chauhan's emails when he writes to all our scientists, there's always a line, what is the impact that your work is doing? What is the outcome, what you're doing? And we have a very strong desire to help our nation really become one of the greatest superpowers in the field of innovation and science. And, with your guidance, not only Amity, but all our universities will have a transformational impact what is happening. And to all the young scientists and students of ours of Amity who are, and Dr. Kalanam, if you allow, Dr. Silmurthy, if you can please have this session broadcast to all our students. We have now university campuses, and across India we have 12 universities. We have in 15 countries, all of them focused on innovation and research and translational work. It is the number of patents granted. I can see a lot of students of our schools. I mean, the government of India in the last 3 years, the award it has given to schools for innovation for the Atal Tinkering Labs. Dr. Shiv Kumar, you'll be very happy to know that all 3 years, one of the Amity schools has won the award by the government of India. And that is because of this passion everyone has to cultivate that. So we are so extremely grateful. There are so many, and Dr. Salamurthy, Dr. Shukla, our Vice Chancellor, everyone is there. Please see how we can utilize the resources of ANRF and partner. And what your vision is, Dr. Shiv Kumar, for our country. We are there with you. Please see Amity as an extended arm for the vision that you have. We will want to work together with you and make a difference, because for our founder, Dr. Chauhan, for everyone, it is really our deepest desire. And I think there could have been nothing better than you coming and motivating all our scientists today. We are so grateful to you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words.
Dr. Kalyana, Dr. Selvamurthy here. It's amazing initiatives you have taken in the last 1 year. So congratulations to you. And you have given a new paradigm and landscape for the whole innovation ecosystem in our country. And you are transforming India as a hub of innovation. You are transforming universities as a cradle of innovation. So all your initiative, Amity, will contribute significantly. So we would request you to come over here, because the right kind of people, infrastructure, the ecosystem, policies, and the best practices Amity has produced as a private sector. And you'll be amazed to see we have 5 technology missions which you mentioned. One is Amity Quantum Mission, which Honorable Chancellor himself has announced initial seed grant of 20 crores on quantum computing, quantum communication, quantum sensing, quantum materials, and all this domain which the National Quantum Mission is working, Amity is working. Similarly, we have a green hydrogen mission. You'll be very happy to know we have come out with a very cost-effective hydrogen production in a green way, in 3 different electrochemical as well as photoelectrochemical. So we have a green hydrogen mission. We have a space mission. We are doing a lot with the ISRO, and we have partnership with ISRO. And we are doing a AI application, quantum application in communication, sensing, in the GPS, deprived environment. So we are doing a lot in research, the cognitive health monitoring of the spacecraft while it's in flight, the debris management. We are doing a project. So space is another domain in which we are working. AI mission. AI and cyber security is yet another focus here, and we have 10 petaflop computing capability. Dr. Atul Chauhan, Chancellor, has invested, and we are educating all our students, faculties in AI and cyber security, which is very critical area. We are going to partner with GMR Cyber Range, which I just visited 2 weeks ago. General Manjeet is here. And we are going to create a facility here in cyber security to simulate conditions of attack and how do we respond to that. So cyber security and AI is another focus. Then the final is health technology. We are focusing on health technologies to develop new devices, diagnostics, therapeutics. So you'll be amazed to see the ecosystem. I would invite you to come over here. Founder President Dr. Chauhan, as well as the Chancellor Dr. Atul Chauhan, and every one of us is pushing Amity to become cradle of innovation. And your presence here today and your message, what we have conveyed, giving the opportunities available, amazing opportunities you have created, RDI, 1 lakh crore fund available, and also the ANR of a new paradigm to connect with society, need-based project to be done, and also exciting fundamental research. So you have given opportunities both from the exciting science as well as converting them into deliverables for the need, the societal need, and the impact and outcome. Because we have 3 missions, operational missions, besides the technology mission. Founder President Dr. Chauhan has created Mission Connect, Mission Synergy, and Mission Outcome. These are the 3 operational missions which the Amity whole group is driven. We have a big campus in Amity, in the Long Islands of New York. We are in Dubai, Mauritius, Singapore, London, Romania, USA. We have 2 campuses. We are converting that at Amity Global Research Hub. We are investing to create, we have employed a director over there and also the vice president research who will drive on verticals which are relevant to Indian needs. So you will be very happy to know all this. We'll invite you to come over here, and so that we'll be directly be able to interact with you and show you around. Please keep at least half a day for us. And thank you so much for joining us. And let's give a big clap to once again to the CEO of ANRF, who has a rich industry experience and a strategic approach to the innovation. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your kind words, and thank you, Dr. Chauhan. And so pleased to see all the great work that is going on. We'll be very happy to engage in any other strategic conversations. I've written a very long article about everything that ANRF does on LinkedIn. I'd encourage your people to take a close look and come to me with something really strategic, right? So I think that would be, and typically I don't entertain direct proposals for projects because that goes into our programs, and you're welcome to apply to any of our programs that open. But there are things you can think beyond, right? What are new programs that could be created, and how you could potentially partner at a different level, and so on. There are different ways of thinking about it. We'll be happy to have these sorts of conversations in the future. Okay.
We are so grateful. And Ashima, Dr. Chauhan just called me and he said to thank you from ANRF. We have got, I think, 9 Ramanujam fellows, and I think 2 in the field of hydrogen, green hydrogen, which is
that's great. That's great. Amazing. So I think those are competitively won. So I keep saying that I don't give fellowships or I don't give grants. You win grants, and I'm happy that I think we have to change our culture into more of a completely meritocratic culture, and that's the goal that I would like to see India get to.
And also, Dr. Kalyanaman, we work on a consortium mode. We bring industry. In many of our projects, we are connecting now with the industry very closely. Even in the green hydrogen, we have international industries, Indian industries, international university partners. So this is a great model we are developing. You will see a difference in university ecosystem. Research and innovation driven university, Amity, Dr. Chauhan's are creating in Amity Group.
And I wish you very well and do great work, have great impact. That's our goal. Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. I take leave. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring vision and unwavering commitment to innovation and academic excellence. We now move to the release of Amity Innovation Brochure.
No, we would also request, Honorable Chancellor, sir, would you like to add on to your message to be given on the Technology Day?
Yeah, Dr. Modi, I think, it is, I will just say, I'm delighted, that under your leadership and Dr. Shukla is there, that Amity is celebrating Technology Day. I think all of you have heard how important, flowing from the vision of our founder, Dr. Chauhan, innovation and technology implementation is for all of us. And I think as a nation that all of us are celebrating this day is tremendous. I think it puts a focus in what we're doing. I think to all our young students who are there, for us, why innovation and research and technology is so important as a nation, what our Honorable Prime Minister and everyone, all the leadership says that, for India to really become a great superpower of this world, we have to become a product nation, and what do we mean by being a product nation? That we have to really assess that, at the moment, in technology, a lot of what is being done is being brought from outside, being assembled in India, and what we have to now transform the way our country is perceived and works is that we innovate in our country, we manufacture in our country, we design in our country, we produce in our country, and then we export that out. It is, and this will happen because of young people like you who are sitting here in the audience. So I'm very happy that I can see a lot of students of our schools who are there. If all of you at a young age, and this is why we have invited you to be here, that if you at this young age are able to understand what is important for our country, that is most important to us. Because why did our founder and our chairperson, why do they work hard every day for the last 3 decades? Because they had this vision and this mission to educate brilliant young students like you, right from nursery to schooling, to university, to PhD programs, postdoctoral, give you the best knowledge, but also at the same time, this deep passion and desire to do something for our country. So I will give this message to all of you on Technology Day, that to have a transformational impact on our nation, we need young people like you to develop or imbibe this passion for innovation, for designing products, for manufacturing in our country. And our chairperson and our founder, they always say that when India becomes a developed nation, when we celebrate 100 years of independence, our big dream of everyone in Amity is that a large number of Amity alumni should be at the forefront to have helped our India become a developed nation. And that is the message I want to give to all of you. Always have this excitement in you that what can you do to help our country. And I was just told, as Amity, we do a lot to support young people. At this university, at Noida campus, we have an amazing summer research fellowship program for undergraduate students across the university. And I just got a message an hour back by Dr. Datta, who is leading that the acceptance rate this year was 0.8% into this fellowship program. We had thousands and thousands of the most brilliant students from the IITs, IISc, and so many NITs and private universities apply for this fellowship program and come and do research. I mean, I think this is the quality that Amity is able to maintain. But Dr. Sunmurthy, Dr. Shukla, one thing I want to announce today on Technology Day, because seeing that we have so many brilliant Amity International School students who are there, the university offers an amazing summer program for school students. They can come to this campus for, I think it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks, either stay on campus or just come as a day scholar, whether it's in the field of nanotechnology, engineering, forensic science. There's so many subjects that we offer the summer school on. And you can sort of really work in university level labs, work with university professors, work on research that they're doing. So today on Technology Day, on behalf of our founder, Dr. Chauhan, I announced 10 fellowship programs for Amity school students who will join the fellowship program. So Dr. Salamurthy, may I request you to please implement that under
We will do
ASTIF?
that, sir.
And coordinate with our school principals so that we can identify the most brilliant young innovators at school level, and they can come in the summer and work under our scientists. So with that, I congratulate all of you, all our leaders from the industry who are here, Dr. Ranjit Krishnan Pai, for your discourse and what you are doing for the country. Again, you are a director of such an important initiative under the government of India. And Dr. Salmuthi, you were telling me last time, our government is focusing on how to put more younger people in leadership positions. And that is transformational. And the fact that you have come today, Dr. Pai, and spoken to our students, we are so grateful. So with that, Dr. Selvamurthy, Dr. Shukla, and all our leadership here, Dr. Chauhan has been listening. His blessings are always there. I know how excited he is that we are celebrating Technology Day because he is a scientist by heart. And but Dr. Salmurthy, thank you so much. You took this personal initiative with ASTIF and ASTIFIA and all your colleagues to organize this. So my congratulations to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor, sir. You are always a source of inspiration and motivation to all of us. Every time you give a new message, and this Technology Day, you have focused on the youngsters, the future leaders. So we will implement this 10 fellowships which you have announced. You have also given a quantum mission. You have given an AI and cyber security mission. And we will implement all those with letter and spirit. The tenor with which you have launched these programs, we will bring fruitful impact and also outcome, which is what is the need of the hour, as all of us in the government also have been talking about. So I can assure DST, ANRF, and all ministries with whom Amity is closely working, that this is a place where impact and outcome is the final common denominator in all our research and innovation. So we'll do that, and we will transform Amities into a cradle of technology innovation. Not only science, as we have demonstrated in publications, patents, and also now we have started transferring technology. 35 technologies have been transferred. So on this Technology Day, we are looking at another reinforcement and re-emphasis on the technology development. So we will create in right policies, the faculty assessment. Can we give weightage to prototype developments? Can we, when the technology transfer is done, can due weightage be given to those? So these are the ones which we will be looking at as a new paradigm policies in the Amity Education Group, so that the incentivization takes place for developing prototypes, transferring technologies, and so on. We already have 20% share. When we transfer a technology, we share 20% with the inventors. So we will look at all those incentives which our Dr. Ashok Chauhan ji and Dr. Atul Chauhan ji has announced. So students, there's plenty of opportunity. So let us work together to make India as a powerful general superpower and knowledge superpower. Thank you so much, Chancellor sir, for your message and patronage support you are giving to all of us.
Chancellor sir, thank you very much. I just want to share what Dr. Sulabhoti has said. Even yesterday, till now, we were going to the industry for technology transfer. Now the industry is coming to Amity to discuss with the faculty and to develop the technology as per their requirement. Yesterday, we have signed the MOU with the Croatia, where the two of the faculty from the biotechnology are developing the two different areas, technologies for them. And they have discussed further with the other areas, with the applied sciences, pharmaceutical, biotechnology. They will discuss and work with the faculty. So now industry is coming to Amity to partner with them and develop the technology as per their requirement, rather than we only going to the companies to look at our technology. So this is under your leadership.
Great, scientists are working. We are so proud. It's amazing. It's mind-boggling how many things happen at the university on a daily basis. Yes. It is. Great. I'm so proud. So proud.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We now move to the release of the Amity Innovation Brochure, showcasing university's contribution towards technological advancement, innovation ecosystem, translational research, and industry partnerships. May I request the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to step forward to and release the brochure. I also invite Dr. Meenakshi Kanodia, Additional Director, DITT, to please join the dignitaries on the dais.
Thank you so much. Now we recognize Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Energy Center for its outstanding contribution in building strong academia industry partnership in the clean energy sector. I request Dr. Shafali Kashyap, Senior Additional Director, to kindly come forward, come on the dais. Further, I request all the dignitaries on the dais to come forward and present the recognition to Shri Sunil Kumar, DG ONGC. Dr. Chitralekha Nagdas from Amity University Lucknow campus has also joined us online. My request, ma'am, to kindly switch on her video. This certificate recognizes ONGC exemplary support and visionary commitment towards fostering a strategic partnership with Amity University in advancing clean and sustainable energy research, particularly in the domains of biofuel, carbon capture, utilization and storage, green hydrogen, and emerging energy technologies for a sustainable future. We are also joined by Ms. Jyoti Verma. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind presence here. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone. We now move to the felicitation ceremony, where we express our heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed dignitaries present. I request everyone join me in welcoming them with a warm round of applause as we felicitate and honor their invaluable presence. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am and Dr. W. Silvamurthy to step forward and felicitate Dr. Ranjit Pai with a memento. I also request Dr. Shifali and Dr. and Shri Sunil Kumarji to step forward. We are also very thankful to Dr. Shiv Kumar Kalyanaraman for his inspiring inaugural address and for sharing his valuable insights on strengthening India's research and innovation ecosystem. Thank you very much, everyone. May I now request all esteemed dignitaries to join us for an official group photograph. We also request Dr. Gaurav Sharma, Principal Scientist, and Dr. Nai Tyagi, Research Scientist at CES, Division of DST, to also join for the group photograph.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Now we move towards the third part of today's program, that is the panel discussion. I request all the esteemed panelists esteemed panelists, Dr. Sunita Ratan, Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Dr. Abhishek Sen Gupta, Dr. Soman Kar, Dr. Harvinder Singh, Colonel Ashit Kumar Nath to kindly come and have their seats on the dais. With this, I request Dr. S.K. Khatri to kindly come on the dais. Thank you so much, sir. And as a panelist, we are joined by the respected Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Mumbai, through the online mode. Thank you so much, everyone. Today's panel discussion is based on Academia Industry Partnership for Technology Development. This discussion will explore collaborative pathways across the 5 emerging technology frontier critical to India's future. The panel will deliberate on strengthening academia industry partnership to accelerate technology development, translational research, innovation driven entrepreneurship, and indigenous solution in the areas of clean and renewable energy, health and biotechnology, quantum technology, AI and cybersecurity, and space science and technology. With this, I request Dr. Sunil Kumar Khatri, Additional Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean Academics, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, to kindly take the proceedings further and moderate the panel discussion. So, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Isha. So we will start this panel, which is going to focus on academia industry partnership for technology development in the 5 emerging areas, which include clean and renewable energy, health and biotechnology, quantum technology, AI and cybersecurity, and space science and technology. The speakers with us are Dr. Sridhar, Director, MIT Institute of Applied Sciences and from AUUB, and Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Vice President, Business Development and Corporate Strategy, GH2 Solar, from the sector of clean and renewable energy. From Health and Biotechnology, we have Dr. Abhishek Singh Gupta. From MIT Institute of Biotechnology, AUUB, and Dr. Sominkar, Scientist G, Inter-University Accelerators Center, New Delhi Technology, Indian Mandate Magnetic Resonance Imaging Project, Equipment for Healthcare Services. For quantum technology, we have Dr. Harvinder Singh. He is professor in quantum technology from MIT School of Engineering and Technology, MIT University, Haryana. And we have Colonel Ashik Kumar Nath, Senior Advisor, CDEC Bangalore and CDEC Pune, and former co-chair Quantum Computing Technologies. Then we have in Space Science and Technology, Dr. A.W. Sakyosh Kumar, who is Vice Chancellor at MIT University of Mumbai and who has joined us online. So, panelists, welcome to this session. As we see that traditional paradigm of isolated innovation has reached its limit now. And historically, when we say that academic institutions are focusing on the fundamental research and they were producing highly cited papers, but often they are locked into the libraries and they cannot see the light of the day in terms of commercialization most of the time. Whereas when we talk about the industries, they are operating under the short-term commercial delivery pressures, leaving limited runway for deep-tech long-term scientific experimentation. I just believe that the sessions like this act as a very important platform where we will not debate that why collaboration matters, because we all know that what is the importance of collaborations. But I think it is more important that how it will practically function. So we will start with the first category of that is in clean and renewable energy. And we will have Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Vice President of Business Development and Corporate Strategy. Dr. Sanjeev Sharma is with the focus of working with the focus on green hydrogen, energy transition, renewable energy, power to X solutions, and commercially scalable clean energy projects. His works connects to business strategy, project development, and emerging technologies for green hydrogen and future energy infrastructure. I will request the speakers to be confined within the limit as we are running out of the time. So you have 10 minutes with you. We will have a 1-minute Q&A, so we can have your 8 to 9 minutes, and then we will have 1 or 2 minutes for the Q&A. Thank you. And now, Dr. Sanjeev Sharma.
So,
welcome, Dr. Sanjeev Sharma. When we talk from industry perspective, what are the biggest barriers feel in taking renewable energy innovations from lab scale validation to commercially deployable solutions in India?
Well, see, the biggest barrier that I foresee is, in fact, I believe that a bridge between the institutes like MIT, University, or perhaps others, to the practical grounds of the real world. Now, we definitely do not lack the, I would say, talented researchers or the innovations or the bright minds or the young students. And they have been doing a wonderful job in the labs, in the research facilities. But unfortunately, the system that we follow or the system that we have is not preparing them for the real world. Now, when an innovation has been developed in a lab, okay, fine. It must be, related to a new membrane which has been developed or a very, very advanced material that can really cut down the cost of the, working, or it can enhance the process efficiency and bring down the ultimate cost of the, I would say, green hydrogen or any end product. But when this innovation comes out of the lab and faces the real world, there lies the real challenge in terms of the deployment on the industrial or the commercial scale. In one of the presentations, in fact, Dr. Shiv Kumar, I was watching very carefully, in fact, in the TRL scale, in which the technology readiness scale levels he indicated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3 is the lab or the innovation when the young researchers are doing something. 4, 5, 6 is the valley of death, which makes any innovation, any innovator stop there because he doesn't have the proper infrastructure or the facility or the long-term support to demonstrate and commercialize the technology or the innovation that has been done. So that is the area, that is the darkest area which we have to address. Now, I also want to ask, I would say, audience, a lot of students already have left, otherwise I would have asked them, for example, if they have developed something and when they go to the market would not ask them, the first question the market would ask is not whether this works or not. The first question would be whether I can finance it or not. Because the commercial world works in a different kind of a manner and a fashion, and the money is the hardcore, I would say, asset that needs to be protected. So any new innovation has to be tried, it has to be tested, it has to be proven. Now, this is contradiction. New innovation, tried and tested. It cannot fit in one sentence. So there has to be a mechanism which can, I would say, certify or validate that technology, that kind of the independent authority. Most of the countries which are very, very advanced worldwide, if you look at, Israel has their own Wisman. Germany has their own institute. Yeah. Innovate UK has their own program. America has their own program. These are the institutes or these are the certification bodies which actually will promote the new technologies, certify the innovations, so that the individual researcher or the scientist does not have to spend 12 months or 18 months, spend a lot of money in terms of getting the certification done. Unfortunately, in India, we do not have this kind of the system. So any individual research, any individual kind of the innovation that sits only in the papers, only in the industry journals or in the citations. So we have to come out of that phase wherein the researchers and innovators can really bring their technology to the commercial world. Number 3, I would say, generally the practice has been to invite the industry to the academia. I would, in my sincere, humble request, would want this to be reversed. Classroom has to go to the industry. One day, 2 hours, me speaking here, maybe perhaps 10, 20, 100, 1,000 students listening, getting a bit of it, and then getting into the routine, it is not going to change anything. The real change will come only when the students, the researchers, the innovators will start looking through the commercial world. What happens, how it happens. Now, let me ask you, any of the researchers, and he must be a brilliant, I would say, mind, but has he ever seen a DPR of a real life project? No, he would not know what a DPR is or what a due, I would say, technical assessment of a large bank, whether it is SBI or whether it is KFW or ADB, would ask the questions for the project to be bankable. So these are the challenges that we have to address if we have to take the innovations to the real world deployment scale.
Thank you, Dr. Sri. Very pertinent points you have raised. For example, you talked about that, yes, it's a high time that classrooms have to move to field, more towards industry field. And in fact, at MIT also we were emphasizing our classroom studies have reduced a lot significantly. We're working on sets, joint projects with industry, problems given to them, and that too particularly to a 1 hour graduate and undergraduate students. They are reaching to industry on their short term or for a semester projects or training programs, but also in our scholars also, PhD scholars, they are working on the problems now given by the industry. So industry have given us the problems, and our scholars from the beginning are registering their topic in that direction. During the course of their PhD research book, they try to come up with a solution which can be then used by the industry. Very rightly mentioned by you, in fact, on that, yes, finance is very important. That whenever any new technology has been developed, then the question is, if a finance is to be invested, to be given, then how pertinent it is to the needs of the industry, to the requirements of the industry. My second question on this line to you will be that how can institutions like MIT can better align their research priorities and talent development with the emerging industry needs? Because industries are working on short-term their problems because they are also working on pressing delivery times. So the long-term sustainable scientific experimentations are not so easy for industry. And when we talk from academia point of view, they are working more towards fundamental research. So how can we integrate it where organizations like yours can give us the problems where the sustainable research solutions can be developed by the universities and can be given and then practically implemented, but definitely very continuous involvement in monitoring and progress on both the sides is needed.
Well, see, I'm not very sure because I couldn't get the time to understand if MIT itself themselves have a long term, I would say 6 months or maybe a yearly course on the renewable energies or perhaps the upcoming clean molecules, which are green hydrogen or green methanol, ammonia, green ammonia, and ESAF. But the first basic point has to be to have a regular long term kind of a course which can equip the students or the learners for the complete value chain of the, I would say, any one domain, whether it is renewable energy, whether it is, clean molecules, A to Z has to be taught in the classroom. Number one. Number two, once the classroom course is finished, then there has to be a long-term, I would say, not internship, but a residency program. Residency program is a must. You might have seen that the doctors in the medical field, they understood very well that you cannot make a doctor if he's sitting in the institute and directly goes to the hospital to treat a patient. So that is where the gap lies between today, the engineering academia as well as the industry. We need people. India's national green hydrogen mission, with a government outlay of almost 20,000 crore rupees and with a projected potential of 10 lakh crore economy being created, would need minimum 800,000 people or the students to enter into the green hydrogen economy. Now, where are those 800,000 people? I do not see them. And really, when we are working on the projects, one of the biggest concern and the cause for us is that we do not have the right set of people, whether it is, project developers, whether it is the financial guys, whether it is a electrochemist, whether it is a O&M guy, or whether it is from any other stream. Now, the systems or the, the technologies that we are developing and integrating, they are not single disciplinary items, they are multidisciplinary. Now, when we develop a project, we need to know the policy, we need to know the regulatory mechanism, we need to know the RE, whether it is solar or whether it is wind or whether it is BESS or whether it is hydrogen looping back into the continuous operation of the plant. Then you have the challenges for the land acquisition. Then you have the challenges for the electricity or the RE connectivity through the grid, whether it has to be STU or whether it has to be CTU. What are the implications for the transmission charges, for the losses? And then there, on the other hand, we have the offtake. Who is going to buy the green hydrogen at a higher price than the gray hydrogen? Who is going to buy my green ammonia, which is almost perhaps 40% or 50% higher in comparison to the gray ammonia? So the offtake or the buyer will have its own challenges. Then, for example, if I speak about the green hydrogen or the green ammonia, Yes, we need the electrolyzers, which is again a very, very critical component. Combination of electrical, mechanical, high advanced materials, chemistry, followed by the electrochemical reactions. So I believe that the kind of the manpower or the talent pool that we need, India would need in the next 5 to 10 years is not going to be a single disciplinary people, but a combination of the people who understand how a project is developed for that project to be realized on the ground. I might be very, very good in physics, but yes, that is not going to alone help me. I might be very, very good in understanding the RE part of it, but RE itself is not going to create a complete project. So we need curriculum, I would say, or the courses or the facilities which can at least give them a 6 months time or 1 year time in how to develop a successful large scale industrial project valued perhaps at about $500 million or maybe even more. That is what we need to have.
Thank you, Dr. Sajeev. I think you had raised very important 2 points. One is regarding the residency period, how it is happening, and what can be done more to let you know, and other industry speakers who are there, online and offline. At our university, we have the provision that final semester exclusively they had to work on a project which is industry driven. Further, for the 2 additional semesters, if they opt to work on industry problems, they can go and all the courses will be replaced. So there can be 3 semesters out of 8 in a bachelor's program, they can spend completely on industry problems. So there is a long residency period can be available, not only 6 months, 1.5 years they can be there. Second thing is when we are talking about the fundings or labs, one of the things which has come through my mind is as a university is that at the industry, because you are working on problems which are industry related problem, which is driven by the customers, and you don't have that much time or resources to spend within the industry. Why don't the industries like we see in Western countries have that partial investment of their plans in institutions where they can set up some of the basic labs, like for rare earth materials or science labs, where the students, faculty will be working on the problems given by the industry, which the industry can't spend time themselves. And the professors are there, students are there, and they can be working on those problems and that and then continue during the residency period in the organization. So I think this is a common request to all industry speakers and industry spokespersons that we should plan something where, because you don't have all the time to spend in industry, why can't you have some provision and infrastructure at the institutions working on the problems being given by you and driven by the professors? Thank you, Dr. Sajeev. I'm in the same line from clean and renewable energy. I will continue with Dr. Sunita. She is a director in Amity Institute of Applied Sciences and Dean of the Faculty of Science and Technology. Her area of research is in polymer sciences, nanocomposites, smart hydrogens, fuel cell membranes, sensors, and many others. My question to you is that we have recently launched Amity's Green Hydrogen Mission. From your perspective, how does this initiative has strengthened the university commitment? What we have done in it? What are your plans with it? And this is just one example. What other initiatives you are thinking with industry to work on?
Thank you so much. So I think Amity. Thank you so much. So, Amity Green Hydrogen Mission aligns very well what Dr. Sanjeev Sharma sir has expressed, that it is a very strategic initiative, which is our commitment to the national level green hydrogen energy mission, because this mission was launched by our founder president sir with the aim where all the researchers, if you see that in Amity University, all the campuses across, we are 60 or 65 scientists working in the area of green hydrogen. So this center, this Amity Hydrogen Mission, this has given us a unified platform where all the researches which we are doing at our own silos are coming together, and then we can take it to a larger platform, that is the translational stage. And for this cluster is being supported by the industry people. It is supported by the university abroad, which are working very heavily towards the hydrogen, so that we can get a global perspective also. And the industries which are joined, which have joined this mission, are the ones which are actually integrating the whole value chain, as you have closely expressed, that we are working towards the production. we are working towards the storage, and we are also working towards the utilization. So all this is closed, and when it goes to the production, we are working at TRL level 4 and 5. You are very rightly said that from 5 to 6 or 7, you can say this is the valley of death. So this mission actually is the bridge to cover that. So the number of industries we are co-developing, they are giving us the problems. We are expediting the solutions to them. We are also working with the number of institutions abroad where we are actually also building the talent, because when we talk about the hydrogen economy, it is not only the hydrogen research, it is total economy which includes research, industrial collaboration, and the build up of the talent. So the universities which are abroad, we are starting the programs. For example, we are launching MSc in hydrogen, as was very well said by our honorable ANRF CEO, that we should launch this program, the MSc in hydrogen. So we are doing that with Lakehead University and the Olu University, and we have a skill of most of the postdoctoral and Ramanujan fellow who have joined us in specifically this program, that is in the hydrogen mission, where we are working together. The main thing is that we have already advanced in electrolyzers. So now we are working with the industry to produce these electrolyzers on the pilot scale. We are also having advanced level membrane systems. We are also working towards the photocatalysis, photoelectrocatalysis. So this is how the hydrogen mission is helping us, and it is bringing all the scientists together. The main thing about the Amity University is its interdisciplinary approach, because all the institutions which are working on this are together in this campus only. We've got Dr. V.K. Jain's institution, which is heavily working towards this. That is the Institution of Renewable Energy. Then AIAS, Amity Institute of Applied Sciences is there, Amity Institute of Nanotechnology is there, Click Chemistry is there. So all the scientists are working together to bring solutions to the green hydrogen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sunita. Nicely said. Let us move to the next sector, which is health and biotechnology, and we have two speakers in it. We have Dr. Somenkar and Dr. Sen Gupta. Dr. Somenkar is scientist, the Indian University Accelerator Center, Indian Mandate MRI project in the University Accelerator Center. Very important project you are working, because you have been given a mandate on Indian MRI initiative, which is highly relevant when we talk about self-reliance in the area of technology. My question is, how important is indigenous development of medical equipment in strengthening India's healthcare infrastructure you foresee, and the plans, initiatives of government, and how can you integrate with academia in this direction?
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful questions. So, indigenization, especially in the field of medical equipment, is a extremely important, not only just to strengthen the healthcare infrastructure, but also for a social and economic reasons, and primarily the healthcare inequality we have in our country. Because as you know that the cities are we get access to all healthcare facilities, but if you go 100 kilometers from any metro cities, they're deprived. So that is huge inequality existing. So medical, so medical equipment field is consists of many things, starting from your pathological tests to something critical care to imaging equipment, all these things. So I will focus primarily on this imaging equipment. Not that imaging equipment like X-rays, CT scan or MRI machines. Not they are the most widely used tools, or they are the costliest tool. But whatever limited knowledge I have, that is in the field of imaging technology, and primarily on the MRI field, because we are developing India's first, I'll say, the MRI magnet system scanner with the 4 institutes. We are developing such systems, and it is so first you need to understand that without undermining the capability or clinical expertise of the doctor. Nowadays, if you see the modern diagnosis, primarily based on the taste. So earlier days, you used to see that the doctors used to check the pulses and your tongue and everything, your eyes. Nowadays, you hardly see any doctors see that kind of a classical way of or traditional way of inspection. They will first They will just listen and they will just first write some tests. Okay, so their entire diagnosis is guided by some kind of a testing. Okay, because that also helps to decide them how to do the patient management and everything. So it is always advantageous. Now, first, why the imaging? If you see the imaging, why they are costly? If you go to do an MRI or CT scans, they are very costly. Why they are costly? Because the technology is complex. In a CT scan or an MRI, they are complex and we don't manufacture in India. So entirely we are dependent on the imports. Especially if you go to the MRI, it's fully dependent on imported machines. If you CT scan, we are partly dependent on the partly dependent on the imports. In fact, X-ray machines, X-ray though it's cheaper nowadays, but the core technology of X-ray machine is also imported. Recently, I visited just 2 weeks back. I visited one of the biggest factory of X-ray machine manufacturing somewhere in North India. And while I was visiting, there's a huge factory. While I was visiting, so we get to know that the core technology one is that X-ray tube. Still, we don't produce good quality of X-ray tubes by any Indian companies. So they are importing. Now, few companies are US companies. They are now establishing factories here. So this is the things. Now, in case of PET city, if you see the PET city, it costs around 10,000 to 30,000 rupees, depending on what kind of scan you are doing. PET city, you need a complex technologies. You need the radioactive tracers. Now, the radioactive tracer is again is produced by a cyclotron, which is again imported machine. So entire, if you see the process is, we are using too dependent on the indigenous imported machines. Now, in case of MRI, I can say more. And MRI, you know, this is one of the costliest MRI, costliest clinic tool, and this also gives the highest level of clarity between the abnormal tissues and normal tissues. But we are fully dependent on the imports. Presently, we import almost like 2,500 crores of MRI machines per year, and each machine costs roughly 8 to 12 crore of the machine. And there are in India, there are 2-3 companies. Basically, we are importing. One is from US and another from UK. So mostly these 2 countries we used to import all the machines. And if you see the distribution wise also, there are 2 to 3 MRI machines in per million of populations in India. If you go to the advanced countries, there will be 10 to 30 MRI machines per million of populations. And also the distribution is skewed. If you have in a city, you will get plenty of MRI. Just go to the 100 kilometers in either directions, you will not get that kind of MRI. You will see that old MRI machines they are using, they are also violation of safety and everything. So this is one of the, I think, aspects the government has take note of this one, and that's why the indigenization of the healthcare technology is very much essential. And it is not only the indigenization. I think CEO Professor Sivakumar he mentioned that democratizing. So this is one of the, I think, things that democratizing the medical equipment is one of the most crucial thing, where the healthcare should not depend on the geography or social status. It should be available to everybody. So that's why the government is pushing us also that you need to indigenize all the equipment, all the components of the MRI machines also, and democratize also. And I think CDAC is also part of our team, and CDAC Sarah was also involved, I think, is a part of DG, and there are other institutes are also involved. So I think indigenization, that's why indigenization is very much essential for all medical healthcare over the time. And government, especially the mighty, the DBT, the Department of Pharma, they are coming with a big proposals, and it has to be done with the industry. So that's why they are promoting that industry should join a hand with the academic institutes, and then they should indigenize all these systems.
Thank you, Dr. Suman. I think the last line you have said is leading me to my next question to you. Under government, there are a large number of technological missions like in health that you are leading of MRI. how institutions like MIT can benefit from it, learn from it, experience from it, because you are working under definitely a lot of regulatory and safety frameworks and a lot of protocols are there. So, but still, you may be working on some data which needs some research, which can be done at the university's institution. So, how universities can partner such mission on some of the aspects which can utilize the resources and expertise of
Yes, it's very important questions, and especially university like Amity can play a very transformative role in a sense that because the university has that facility for doing that fundamental research for that technology. Technology is basically a translation of that research. So the MEC, and especially if you see any high-end equipment, it needs a multi-expertise. So like in MRI, I will say you need a physics guys, you need a MR physics, you need a cryogenic engineering, you need a mechanical engineering, you need a RF engineering, you need a software, you need a AI, you need a radiologist. So no company can have all this expertise in-house. It's not possible. And none of this technology was developed by I am telling about the MRI. It came from some university and then started by a company. So I think Amity has a huge pool of subjects you are teaching. You have a research lab, and the fundamental things you can easily start in a lot of medical equipment related. You can make the bridge between the scientists, clinicians, and the radiologists. Basically, the requirement, and especially one of the important part of our part when you indigenize, because if you buy imported machines, they're not tunable. So you need to, they're not changeable. That means you need to tune it to the Indian atmosphere. You have if you see the geography of India, it's a different kind of challenges we face. Geographical challenges, environmental challenges. So I think Amity can also take a lead on this one. What are the different like biomedical engineering? All I believe you have a courses also, or you are already doing. I think a lot of healthcare professionals, because that is also to run these machines. You need expertise to run these machines, and that's why they are costly also. So a lot of healthcare professional. I think the training can be given to the regular courses, and so, and you can also take part in this. I think now government is coming with a big mission modes, and they are also promoting that you come with the proposals in partner with the industries, and there will be a good chance that you come along with the industries and submit a proposals for this one. And one of the basic we lack, basically sometimes we develop our technology in our lab and then we transfer to the industry. Sometimes when it is a complex technology, it's a black box for them. If they are not part of the journey, it's a very tough for them also. So that's why government also is promoting, take them along while you are doing the research part. Let them do some part, let you do the research part, let you do the so that kind of things I think will be useful for any indigenizations and very sustainable technology for medical equipment.
Thank you, Dr. Suman. The last thing which you had mentioned, a very important point, that industries had to be involved while developing the technologies, and in fact, they should be part from the beginning. In fact, we are working. If you had heard our Vice Chancellor Madam was telling that yesterday we have the industries who have been into the campus and they will now work on the problems given to us. We will, from the beginning itself, they will be involved into it. So we have in the same talk, Dr. Abhishek Singh Gupta. Abhishek Singh Gupta is an associate professor at MIT Institute of Biotechnology. You were asking about whether running biotechnology courses or not. His work is focused on bioinformatics, system biology, computational biology, and computer drug and biology discovery. So now, Dr. Singh, you also have worked on the technology. You have translated it research and transferred into the commercialization process that's gone through. You can share your experiences, the challenges you have faced, what you have learned from it, and what you can share with our other participants who are hearing about the way this technology transfer and the development should go.
Yes. Thank you for the question, for this question. And yes, I have successfully transferred one technology that I have developed here. It was a technology that was in collaboration with ICMR. So here I will point out that collaboration with government organizations or research organizations is a very big mandate or should be a good big mandate for the private universities, like to start the research first. And technology transfer is not just having a good scientific idea, but it is about making that idea reusable or reliable, explainable, and valuable for the end users, right? So, in my journey, the challenges was converting a research output into a clearly defined product in the laboratory. But in my lab, we often think in terms of publications. Like, definitely, publication is important for at the industry setup, and the algorithms that we have developed for the data set that we have fetched from ICMR lab, and the medical or clinical data, and also the omics data, genomics and transcriptomics data. And we blindly believe on the accuracy, right? But we shouldn't do that, right? We need the industry experts from their perspective to the about the usability, validation, scalability, compliance, cost, adoption, and all these things needs to come from the industry at the initial level. Bridging this language gap was very important. And the second challenge that I faced was clinical relevance and trust. So whatever I have created as a technology here, I found it really hard to convince the clinicians or the industry people to have that trust on that technology. So this solution, let me come to this solution here, that it must be understandable to the clinicians and useful for decision taking. So we need to have focus on interpretation, output clarity, and practical clinical value. The third challenge that I faced was institutional, and not faced, that is required, is that we already have under the leadership of Selvamurthy sir, that institutional and procedural readiness about intellectual property documentation, licensing, valuation, legal agreements, which we don't understand as researchers, right? Not the major part of it, the important part of it, and industry negotiations. So that is very important. Then, and all this require patience. So we have to be very patient with that to take the technology to the market, and also coordinated institutional support. So a technology becomes meaningful, what I believe is becomes meaningful only when it moves from proof of concept to proof of usefulness.
Thank you, Dr. Singh Gupta. Let us move to the next area, which is quantum technology. We have two speakers. We have Colonel Ashit Kumar Nath, retired senior advisor, CDEC Bengaluru, and we have Dr. Harvinder Singh from our MIT University, Haryana. I will start with Ashit. And Ashit, you have been a senior technology leader, formerly associated with CDEC, including roles in corporate strategy, quantum computing, and high performance computing, which is now a mission. E-government's very important mission. In fact, at MIT also we have established quantum mission quantum, and we are running now programs MTech in quantum technologies, MSc in quantum computing, and also minors we are offering for across the university as an interdisciplinary program where the students will go through 4 courses of 16 credits so they can get an idea about it. This is a very important sector now, and you have contributed a lot with your journey in this area. What are the areas you would suggest as an academia we should focus on or delve deeper into, and how the industry can help us when we are working on these programs? Because the programs running in isolation without partnership with industry is very difficult. So your experience or journey with this project with which you have been working on, and how MIT can benefit in collaborations with industry.
So, firstly, thanks for inviting me over to Dr. Salvamurthy and all the Amity team here. And congratulations to Amity for having established this Center of Excellence in Quantum Technologies. You've taken a very good step forward at a very good time when this technology. I would now talk about quantum technology. When we talk about quantum technology, some people just talk about quantum computing. So quantum computing, as of now, is in a nascent stage all over the world, but not the other parts of the quantum technologies. That is the sensing and metrology, the materials, and the communication. So when we are talking about quantum technologies, we got to address all these things holistically and see. You have to also look at the global scenario. You have to look at national perspectives. You have to look at our what as a nation we are giving priority to our priorities, and then move ahead and see where we can make a difference as an academic institution, as a university. Obviously, being a technology, a greenfield technology today, there's a huge amount of investment required for a large gestation period. In quantum technologies, 10 to 15-year gestation period is required for fructification of some products in the computing domain. But having said that, we can also look at certain areas where India is doing pretty well, and it's quite well established. Now, when I'm saying that when you expect students or anyone else to take up this field, they are also looking at the market. Where is the employability? What am I going to go? What is my growth path like in this? So, in this area of quantum communication, the technology is pretty much, I wouldn't say matured, but pretty much under progress. We have C dot doing a great job in quantum communications. We have a lot of work happening in post quantum cryptography. We have a lot of financial institutions already doing projects. There are projects going on where banks are looking at quantum safe channels, because although we are living in the NISQ era, the noisy intermediate state quantum computer era, but when the quantum advantage will come, we all understand what is quantum advantage, that when the quantum computer, the performance of the quantum computers will far outpace the performance of the classical computers. At that time, you will find the difference as far as the cryptography is concerned. So we have to be prepared for that time well in advance with our post quantum cryptographic research and translation into the products. So that is one big area where we can look at. And the next is the quantum key distribution. Of course, it's all linked to the cryptography as such. The quantum key distribution is also in quite a mature stage in our country, where we are already having companies which have the capability to make quantum random number generators. We have quantum key distribution protocols. We should have our own quantum post quantum cryptographic libraries, algorithms. You have this institute called NIST in US, which is ratified certain algorithms which are for post quantum cryptography. But we in India need to have some of our own also of that kind. And then we got to look at things like magnetometers, sensors, where India is good at, and we can actually translate this product quickly into the market. They will find good application in the medical science, the even in the space, the GPS, replacing the GPS with our own quantum clocks. So all those things are there, and these are going to make a difference. And then I come to quantum computing, where I would say that I happened to meet the head of the IBM research, Jay Gambetta, and he himself told us that in India we have a great ecosystem which can actually become a very major supply chain player for the entire globe. in the area of RF components which go into a superconducting quantum computer. You know, in a quantum computer, you have a dilution refrigerator in which you cool down, you have various stages of cooling down, and the processor sits at the lowest plate, which is cooled down to about 10 millikelvin, which is almost as low as an absolute zero. So a lot of components go inside the dilution refrigerator, for which India has a lot of good capability already. Only thing is you need to actually get into that, make it work in cryogenic temperatures. So there are flex cables, there are rigid cables which work in the microwave region. There are microwave components, direction couplers, isolators, circulators. There are traveling wave parametric amplifiers. There are HEMT amplifiers. Everything goes inside a dilution refrigerator. So if we become I would say, a viable supplier as an ecosystem to the global supply chain, we become a key player in this technology. And then, in case even if there is a large threat today, that once the quantum advantage comes, then the all other subsystems of the quantum computers will be denied, because the export control regime will come in. So once we are a key supplier in the quantum eco chain system, we can become we can bargain, and we can, the denial of technology will not affect us. So these are certain things we should look at, and then we should prioritize which areas we can go into, and we can collaborate with not just industry. We have to collaborate with government labs, because they are already having, or they are going to establish very large and expensive labs, and it should be used like a national resource. You can't fritter away national resource in making these kind of labs in every university or every research institute. You can use their labs, you can come up with a lot of research products, then collaborate with institutions like CDAC or CDOT, or even big industries which can help you translate your research into viable products into the market.
Thank you, Ashish ji. Your remarks in terms of partnerships and involvement is very pertinent, in fact very important, because the area this is very important mission of Government of India, and in fact it's a very big mission, and it's not possible for any academia institution to offer programs in isolation. Definitely partnership with industries and government lab is very much needed, and also we have to align our programs and studies for our students with the mission of the Government of India, that what they are thinking, which direction we should prioritize our studies and research also. I would like to see more information from you, that as you mentioned that we can collaborate not only with industries but also with government labs. So if you can throw more light how we can move further on it, how that can help us. And definitely, because with your expertise, we would request you that your support and guidance to our programs, the institutions, engineering and science institution, would be definitely important. We will be talking separately. But as of now, what you see as the immediate step that we should take as an MIT for reaching out to government labs or to industries, which possible partners could be there, or providers for us for information, or resources which we can help from them?
You all are aware of the National Quantum Mission and all the hubs which have been formed under the National Quantum Mission in various academic institutions like the IITs and the ISCs. So these are the start points for collaboration, and the collaboration can happen with the help of projects being undertaken towards the National Quantum Mission, if not already undertaken. But also, I would like to tell you that CDAC itself is establishing their own quantum computer, 100 qubit quantum computer in CDAC Bangalore, and they're going to integrate it with their HPC, which is again an indigenous HPC, which is going, as of now, it is a 20 petaflop facility, but it's going to go up to about 60 petaflop or so. So they're going to establish the first integrated hybrid quantum classical facility, and that is going to spin off the need for a lot of research projects in that area. May it be use cases in a whole lot of areas where you can have use cases and optimization use cases and medical domain, life sciences, material science, and so many other things, algorithms. So that is one area where you can look for collaboration and MATI funding or so many other things which can happen. The other area is that wherever you find industries coming up with, let us say, cables or they're establishing facilities to make cryogenic components. You can collaborate with them on those kind of labs and maybe even establish facilities here. You can have small reference facilities. Like I would say that, Mahe, Manipal has already taken that initiative and gone in for this kind of a reference facility, which will be used for not only educational purposes, but also for as a reference facility for, as a test bed or, substituting, let's say, if someone has developed a control electronics, someone has developed maybe a software stack, you can put it there and replace it with the functioning software stack and see if it works or not as a reference facility. And then you have if you want me to pinpoint which IIT, which ISC has which kind of facility, I can do that also for you, because there is funding happening for fabs to be coming up in educational government funded education institutions. So even if someone wants to go in for a let's say a superconducting processor design, they can do that and have it fabricated. There are already small fabs there with ISC, but bigger fabs are going to come up. Then there are other ways of achieving qubits like photonics. A lot of research is going on. IIT Bombay is there at the forefront of research in NV Center Diamond and photonics. So those labs are already there. Then ISC, ISER Pune is there in the area of this ion trap method of realizing qubits, and they've already got those well-established labs. So we can collaborate with these institutes by way of projects and go ahead and benefit. Faculty can benefit, students can benefit. In addition to that, very small educational simulators have been developed by people like, collaboration between ISC, CDAC and IIT Roorkee. It's called QSIM. You might have heard of it. It's a quantum simulator, which can realize about 13 qubits on a machine which CDAC had made. It's a CPU, GPU kind of a machine called a Param Shavak. It's a desktop form factor machine. So you can look at, playing around with these machines. And then also CDAC Bangalore today is having an entire HPC facility called Param Utkarsh, which is there in CDAC Bangalore, the main building. It has dedicated to making it into a quantum simulator. So you can have a login into that and have quantum circuits realized with the help of the software already made by CDAC. CDAC has made its own software stack called Quniverse. So you can also play around with that. A whole lot of possibilities in which, today, the field is really, really progressing very fast. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashishji. A lot of information has been given to you. In fact, we would love to have a separate detailed session with you, with our institutions, head of the departments and deans who are working in this area and planning. On the same line, we have Dr. Harvinder Singh, who is professor and head of the Department for Quantum Technologies at Amity University, Haryana. So, Dr. Singh, can you share your experience, how it has been set up, what challenges you have faced, what you are doing, your experiences with industry, your initiatives you are taking?
Thank you very much for the question. So, related to the challenges, what challenges we are facing at the university lab. So the foremost, the problem which we are facing, that is we are not able to access the quantum computers. So that is the main hurdle, because at Amity University, we are working on the algorithm parts. We are not working on the development of the quantum computers, because we cannot own the hardware. It is too expensive. But okay, we have developed some algorithm with one Spanish university which can detect the attacks on the quantum circuits and the you can say the machine learning algorithm which are implemented on the quantum circuits. So, but the problem what we are facing when we are implementing those quantum algorithms on the quantum hardware, there is a big difference between the, you can say, the performance. So what we want, sometimes we face that, okay, if we are implementing the algorithm on one quantum hardware, so what sometimes we need to access the performance on the another hardware. So we need the access and we need the collaboration with the, as sir has said, that we need the access of different quantum hardware being developed by the research institutions, and some startups, they are also developing some quantum hardware. So this is the problem which we are facing.
Thank you, Dr. Arvinder. And I think the what information Ashit ji has shared, it is equally important for you at Haryana campus also.
Yeah.
And you can also utilize his experiences and resources and learn from that how we can access, because he had mentioned about a lot of facilities available which can be requested and get partner with or get accessed into with permissions and protocols to be followed. Thank you for your information to be shared. And now we will move to the last area of today's, which is space science and technology. We have with us Dr. A.W. Santosh Kumar ji, who is Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Mumbai. He is a professor of biotechnology. He is a senior academic administrator and researcher with extensive experience in biotechnology, higher education leadership, and interdisciplinary academic development. Ashutosh ji, welcome to the panel. And I would like to understand that what initiatives you are taking in space science and technology at Amity University in Mumbai, and what all have been achieved, what are planned activities and industry collaborations what you are doing there.
So, well, I wish to thank you as well as the panelists, most reveredly Honorable Founder President Sir and my Chancellor, and Selvamati Sir for giving me this opportunity. So, as we speak here, Amity University Mumbai and Amity University per se is the first university to launch its first payload, biological payload on space. So, if you would see the projections I'm just giving you here, you'd be able to see when it all culminated by the visionary thinking of our Honorable Founder President just 2 decades ago. So a real vision that has culminated and fructified, and where our Honorable Chancellor Asim Chavanji had did the spade, and we have sent the first biological payload, which is a callus, onto the space. This was on the space for 31 days, and it was constantly sending data for 31 days. And we had a very good progression in the growth of the callus. This all culminated because of the interactions that went on with our Chancellor and the Chairman of ISRO, Somnath ji, along with our Selvamati sir. I also wish to just convey that this Poem 4 platform, which we did it, was a great success. And there were 4 of the academic institutions which were taking part with 17 industrial counterpart. But we are indeed very happy that Amity is the only launch that had given a very fruitful result. The second important thing that we do in Amity University, Mumbai, is that the Amity Analog Space Expedition every year, in a consecutive of the 4th year we are going to do now, is that we have a Mars Analog Space Station at Leh Ladakh, and the pictures that you see is a Mars rover simile kind of a thing that we would use. And last time there were more than 17 of the participants. Many of the ISRO participants also played a very pivotal role in joining us. This gives them an analog space expedition similar to Mars expedition. And we were pioneers among any of the institutions in India to do that here in Leh and Ladakh. And I also wish to just convey that we also are focusing on the workforce development. One of our student, Mohana Sai, is a part of mission Anugami by the Human Space Flight Center of ISRO, on the left side that you would see here. And you would also see the designate astronauts who are planning to go to the International Space Station, who have been trained here. So to say that the major reason that we are doing this kind of an initiative is just because of the greatest vision that we had. And also the vision is being executed by the mission and the directions of our Honorable Chancellor Asim Chauhanji. I also wish to include that with regard to the personal and technical development, Amity University Mumbai is taking part. We also give away a degree program on space sciences, astrobiology. And more of it, we are focusing on a scientist-driven startup culture on a Harvard idea-based kind of a thing, where I should say that two of our students are now currently focusing on setting up their startup culture, and they have started up as well. The mission which I was just showing you was an indigenous mission, and the academia was fully involved. ISRO was totally hostile, and now ISRO has invited us to be a part of the next payload submission, along with the startups, and also in the Mangalyaan and the other missions that are coming, Shukrayaan, where we are also, our scientists here in Amity University Mumbai are part of it.
Thank you, Satosh Kumarji, for sharing the progress and activities you are doing at Mumbai campus on this. They are really tremendous and very vibrant in terms of space science and technology area. Amity has, with the blessings of our Honorable Founder President, has started this Amity Space Mission, and we are working with ISRO in space, ISPA, and some other industry partners. Can you throw some light on what we are doing with the industry or with the ISPA or in space?
See, we are constantly in touch with InSpace, and as I have told you that we are constant touch with InSpace even for the first payload that we have sent. So once we had a very significant process, the payload has to go through a rigorous testing of more than 41 tests. And we did not go to any private laboratories where our students and the faculties took part in the testing part. So looking at our success, there were many people, academia, they came into us and they wanted our support. So we are indeed very happy that we are treadfasting and pioneering in this area. And also, I should say that our students are totally focused on a startup-centric development. We have a E-cell, entrepreneur cell in Amity University Mumbai, which is fostering that one as well. As I told you, that two of our students are now venturing into that kind of a thing. When you just see the ISRO track record, so far there is no IITian who has joined ISRO. But it is very a very daunting truth. However, I am indeed very happy to proclaim in this platform that two of the Amithians from Amity University Mumbai are a part of the ISRO. So I am proud of Honorable Founder President and Chancellor that we are scaling up to geometrical heights in the space research.
Thank you, Satosh Kumarji, for sharing what you are doing in Amity University Mumbai in area of space and in fact, by only space. At Mumbai, we have been very vibrant in area of biotechnology and other sectors also. We have kept hearing through FSTIA, STIP, all the progress that you are doing. It's really commendable. And we need such type of industry partnerships and government partnerships. And I think that's what every speaker had said here, whether from our academia or from industry. It was a very important and very lively panel discussions with very important suggestions coming on from all of you. And what I think is we all agree that no one is questioning about the importance of collaborations with industry. More important is now what to do next. Because we have been talking a lot that industry is needed, industry needs us. And we have been saying for the last 3-4 decades now. Important is what should be the next step. What exactly now? And I think whether it is in terms of government sectors or with industry, the partnership that academia needs is very, very important with the time that now we are entering into, because now we are moving into this interdisciplinary scenario where everything has to be worked together, as many of the speakers say. Whether we had listened to the speakers from clean and renewable energy in health and biotechnology, quantum technology, or in space and technology, everyone agrees that we have to align ourselves with the national missions, whether it is an area of quantum or an area of health, but definitely also that we have to have access to the expertise, whether it is in terms of manpower resources, whether it is in terms of facilities, or it is in terms of the data on which the universities like Amity can work on. And Amity is very serious in terms of working in partnership and collaboration with the government and industry, we have proven over the years that seriousness and some of the activities we are doing. But yes, with these industry experts today who have been there, we would look forward more towards very specific streamlines and also plan of action and timelines to move ahead. Uh, can we have just one final quick 1 minute each from our industry speakers, that what is our immediate plan of action? Ashitji, you had said a lot, but still, if any closing 1 minute remarks from you, that how in area of quantum technology we should move.
Well, to add to whatever I have said and seeing whatever you have done in the area of quantum technology, I think the first thing should be to look at the things which can give you some kind of immediate advantage and move into those areas while not losing focus on the areas which have a long gestation period. That's what I would say. So one should, start your collaboration with industry, with academia, other academia in the government funded academia and the labs, and also encourage students to come up with innovative ideas in the fields of technology which have already matured. Some sort of, I would say even start off some sort of an incubation ecosystem within the campus where industry can come and sit and you can translate your ideas and innovations into the market products. That kind of a thing would give you a lot of impetus and confidence in this technology.
Thank you, Ashitji. Dr. Sanjeev, 1 minute for you.
Well, see, as a next step, in fact, before even coming over here, I have proposed to Dr. Saab that if we can, enter into a MOU wherein we are willing to sponsor the students, the researchers from the MIT, invite them to our office, kind of make a structured program wherein we can share with them our real insights from the projects that we are working on, the problems that we face, and how the researchers and the young scientists can really be involved into the real world practices. So from our company side, as well as a person from my side, that is still an open invitation. And I would welcome Dr. Sunita as well, that maybe later on we can discuss on if we want to go ahead with such a program, maybe 6 months, 1 year, wherein we can train the students, wherein we can train the upcoming, young scientists, that how they can have a better exposure to the real world challenges and how they can contribute while continuing their studies here at home. On a personal front as well, starting 1st of June, I am actually starting a free master class on the green hydrogen and the derivatives. That would be on the YouTube, 3 months course, free, absolutely free. Every Saturday, that would be a session, 3-hour session of the teaching, real live example sharing, 1 hour of Q&A, and open to all. So maybe in case if university may want to collaborate with me on a personal level, somehow I'm still open to that idea. That's all I can say right now.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjeev. And I think this both the information, you are starting your own channel and working on it. We will be sharing that details. Dr. Sunita, please look into it, how we can make our students more aware about this initiative and they can listen to the expertise of Dr. Sanjeev. Another front which you are saying, MOU, definitely it's a very important thing. We have to immediately work on it. And I think, Dr. Sunita, would you like to say for a few seconds on anything if you had?
I would just like to add that we've already started minors in hydrogen. I think that will be a great thing, that if it is industry led, because one of the industry, Greenedge, is also working with us. So we can combine and then we can develop a course and we can take
Right. So we can work on that minor discipline also, and along with it
also,
in our majors and masters program also, how we can integrate and you have our students utilize this facility where Dr. Sanjeev is inviting our students to be working on some residential problems there for 6 months or a longer period. Thank you.
Thank you.
So coming back to the health and biotechnology, so I would definitely like to listen any closing remarks from you and how we can now move immediately further on health missions or any such national missions in area of healthcare. MIT can participate.
Especially one of the, I think you have a very good AI, I think, setup.
Yes.
So AI is, I think, they are doing a very good thing in the healthcare also, and especially if I tell about the imaging part, they can just drastically reduce the scan time, they can drastically reduce the noises and everything. So AI is doing very great things in the imaging field also in this one, and I think you can just easily introduce one verticals in your AI projects, just AI for healthcare part. So you'll have a plenty of projects or something. And also government, I think just 3 months back also, I don't know whether that is closed. They actually launched AI for healthcare. So all the AI projects, they are only for the healthcare, because health is one of the things which will grow, which needs more and more things, because that is the part, because people will be the number we are increasing, because now we are highest populations. So you need healthcare things, and AI is playing a role. I think one of the immediate things you can do, start AI in the healthcare sector. That will be my immediate suggestions. And also you align with your all the mission mode, because mission modes, all the mission they're coming for a very longer time. So you can also align your course structures actually to align all this mission which your government is predicting from in various fields.
Thank you, Dr. Savan. To inform you, we already have Center for utilizing the artificial intelligence and bioinformatics in that way in our MIT Institute of Biotechnology. In our Center for Artificial Intelligence, faculty and students from other disciplines are working on this interdisciplinary usage of AI also, and in healthcare usage also, as you had mentioned, bioinformatics, biotechnology, working on it. So I think it's a very important session, and we have got the very wonderful insights from all of you. Can we have a big round of applause? You want to say?
And one thing, yesterday only I met one doctor who came for placement here. He is superintendent and now opened a company. He is CEO of the company, and he was telling me that the doctors are very novice about the AI technology. So they want the young students to teach them. So if we can make something from the university itself who are really good in AI skills and knowledge, who can want not teach that, make them aware of the AI technology. So that could be a good thing.
Right. Thank you. Satosh Kumarji, any closing remarks from you also?
Yeah, one final remark is that, I'm indeed very happy that, when in 1950s, when IITs were formed for improving technology, then in 1960s, the government of India brought in IIMs. However, current trend is that there are many private and deemed to be universities like Amity, where, we do a great work that is yet to be recognized by the government community in funding. I should certainly put and place on record that we are no way earlier in our situations now, where Amity leads following, every other institution follows our back. So there are many institutions where the government of India should foster us, and this message should go to elite people who are the DBT, TSC, ANRF Director Generals, so that we could get the limelight to foster on more research developments. Thank you.
Thank you, Satosh Kumarji. A very important point. We all are looking forward for that presence and partnerships in a very active and fruitful way, whether it's in terms of academia, industry, and government bodies. Can we have a big round of applause for our panelists who have given their wonderful experience and time to us to share their thoughts? And we believe that this is just a start. With our industry panelists who are there, we would look forward for more such involvements one-to-one, where the concerned institutions can have them in presence in the institutions. Cannabis, a very specific institution, like Dr. Jain, you are from renewable energy, clean energy, and definitely like Dr. Sanjeev, he is in this area. So we look forward for more one-to-one discussions, what we are doing and what they can share with us, what partnership we can collaborate. So thank you for all the panelists to be here, present here, sparing your wonderful time, important time, and the ideas that you have for us. We will be definitely working on these inputs given by you, and we'll be in touch with you individually also for your personal involvement in our academic initiatives at MIT. Thank you for wonderful audience that we have.
Let me also thank our moderator, Dr. Sunil Khatri, the Dean, our Pro Vice Chancellor Academics, who have moderated the whole session in such an effective, fruitful, outcome-oriented manner. I have noted down many points for implementation. So thanks to all the distinguished panelists who are offline, online, that's Santosh. And we will implement the outcome. We will also make a record of discussion and highlights of our deliberations of the panel so that we will take it forward. And we are now partnering with your missions, of all the panelists who have come over here. And on behalf of Founder President and also the Chancellor, and on behalf of everyone, I like to thank the panelists for this wonderful session. I learned a lot, and then I'm sure that I can assure all the panelists that we will foster very close interface with all of you and take forward the outcome of the deliberations. Thank you so much, Dr. Khatri.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. We now proceed with the felicitation of our panel experts for their valuable presence and contribution today. For this, I request Dr. W. Silvamurthy, Dr. Sunil Khatri, Dr. V.K. Jain, and Dr. Shifali Kashyap to please step forward. So I'll be calling out the names of the panel members with the themes. So for clean and renewable energy, we had Dr. Sanjeev Sharma. A big round of applause. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Sunita Ratan. Thank you so much. For health and biotechnology, Dr. Somenkar. Dr. Abhishek Sen Gupta. Quantum Technology, Colonel Ashik Kumar Nath. Thank you so much, sir. Yes. Dr. Harbinder Singh. Thank you so much, sir. We are also very grateful to Dr. Santosh Singh, who joined us virtually. We'd also like to felicitate Dr. Sunil Khatri. I request all panelist members to please join us for a group photograph. So we'll have a good. Sit. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. With this, we conclude the formal proceedings of the celebration of National Technology Day. We thank all dignitaries, speakers, delegates, and participants for their gracious presence and valuable contributions. Lunch will be served in I2 Lounge. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day ahead.
Let me also thank all the AFSTIA and ASTIF colleagues who have made this possible. Let's give a big clap to both AFSTIA and ASTIF team together. This is done together, and we want to do many programs together. Shazia, please come. She compared it so well. So let's give a very big applause for this wonderful way you compared. Thank you. Continue the dialogue in the